end the war with Iran, set to be finalized this Friday, according to President Trump. The president at the G7 summit says the deal will include reopening the Strait of Hormuz. Terms of the memo of understanding, though, have not been made public. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer on the Senate floor now demanding a classified briefing for lawmakers and updating Americans.
Most importantly, I'm calling on Trump to inform the American people on whatever his understanding with Iran involves, and he should do it immediately, so we all know what the heck is going on.
At least 5 people have been arrested, authorities say, in what federal authorities call a foiled drone attack at the UFC event at the White House on Sunday. Investigators are also digging to see if other possible attacks may have been planned. In Southern California, fire crews are battling a wildfire in Riverside County during a week of triple-digit temperatures. Authorities say the shore fire is 25% contained so far. This is ABC News. Vice President J.D. Vance on a promotional tour for his new book on his Catholic faith, appearing on the ABC's The View today, fielding questions about immigration policy, the economy, and the Epstein files. The vice president was asked why the full files have not yet been released as required by law.
Why haven't we seen the release of over 2.5 million additional Epstein file documents? It seems like you are someone that is on the right side of history on this.
So we've released, I think it's 6 million files or 6 million pages of documents. My understanding is that 2.5 million, Sonny, I'm going to check on this to make sure, but my understanding is that a lot of those are duplicates of things that have already been released.
So
we're not holding anything back.
The Federal Reserve Board beginning its 2 days of policy meetings. And what's next for interest rates? It's the first since new chair Kevin Warsh was confirmed as chair. You're listening to ABC News.
New rankings show Washington schools slipping. More on that right after a check on your KIRO News Radio traffic. No major blocking issues at the moment. We do have big backups in northbound 405, however, through the Renton S-curves up to the VMAC. Renton to Bellevue taking you right around 25 minutes, a 10-minute delay there. Both directions of I-90 are crowded approaching the 405 interchange. Through Seattle, North 5, you're crowded from Albro up to I-90, and South 5 slows just a bit through Northgate. You'll thin out as you make your way through the U-District. This report brought to you by KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Nate Connors. Washington just slipped again in a national ranking of how kids are doing. A new report from the Annie E. Casey Foundation puts our state at 31st in the country. That's down from 27th, and it's based on numbers from 2024. Just over a decade ago, we ranked 20th. A big part of the problem is in the classroom. The report says 70% of our 8th graders aren't proficient in math, and 68% of 4th graders aren't proficient in reading. The state's superintendent's office is pushing back, saying Washington has made progress in every area the report covers. A 6-year-old boy who was the subject of an Amber Alert out of Linwood was found alone in the front yard of a family friend's house in Shoreline.
Happy to report the child is safe and unharmed, and he has been reunited with his mother.
But Courtney O'Keefe in the Snohomish County Sheriff's Office says the search for his kidnapper continues. She says the mother's ex-boyfriend, 32-year-old David Donato, pushed her out of a car near 148th Southwest Monday night, took off in her car with her son, who later dropped him off in Shoreline. Police are looking for the suspect in a 2010 silver Ford Fusion, Washington license plate CVF 8854. His pictures at mynorthwest.com. 2 Boeing workers are among the dead after Monday's crash of a B-52 bomber in Southern California's Mojave Desert. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lenzi reports.
Those 2 Boeing employees were part of an 8-person crew, which included a mix of military personnel, government civilians, and government contractors. The B-52 went down shortly after takeoff during a routine test mission supporting the radar modernization program. Seattle-based pilot and aviation expert John Nance tells ABC7 in Los Angeles.
They're 50 or 60 years old, but they're maintained meticulously, and there's no reason that they can't last another 50 years. What went wrong here is going to be a puzzle to find out.
The Air Force says the investigation could take 6 months. Frank Lenzi, KIRO News Radio.
Drivers in Puyallup may see new radar speed signs popping up around town as part of a traffic calming pilot program. The city plans to place mobile radar signs at 9 locations with a history of speeding complaints. During the first week, the signs will quietly collect traffic data without displaying drivers' speeds. In week 2, the displays will be activated, giving motorists real-time feedback on how fast they're traveling. Results are expected to be presented to the Puyallup City Council later this year. And now your KIRO News Radio weather. We are in a nice, warm, and sunny spell. Mid-70s today and tomorrow, into the low 80s for the weekend. Sunny and 68 in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Happy Tuesday to you. Jake Skorheim here, sitting alongside Spike O'Neill.
Happy Tuesday, brother.
Happy Tuesday. Got a lot of stuff to get to, a lot of stuff to talk about. Beautiful sunny weather. We're now one day removed from Washington's first World Cup event.
Yeah. Lessons learned. Progress will be made. Better experiences are coming.
We're going to talk about all that.
Yeah.
Later in the show, we're going to talk with Frank Lenzi. He's our KIRO News Radio director. He's on a story that we're looking into right now. Did you guys see that news about that B-52 bomber that
horrible.
crashed down in California?
Edwards Air Force Base, California. 8
people dead. Very, very sad. So we're not going to know exactly what happened, I imagine, until that investigation's concluded, which can take months. But we do know some stuff. So Frank Lenzi's going to join us, I think, around 1:30. We'll kind of get into some of the finer details. A couple of Boeing employees, apparently. I would assume civilian contractor type situation.
Yeah. Edwards is a testing air base. It's where they do all the testing for new equipment, new technologies in the wide array of aviation in the U.S. military.
You know what's so amazing? We'll get into this with Frank, I think, but the age of those planes, they were first put into service in early 1950s.
It's the B-52 that crashed,
the B-52, and the model hasn't changed since the 1960s. I mean, they made some upgrades and developments in the first few years, but the outside of the plane essentially looks...
the core of the plane, all the technology inside has evolved and been upgraded and tested right there at Edwards.
And what were they doing? Just what's the bird's eye view of what they were actually doing? Do you know?
There's a new modern radar system that's being tested before implementation across the aviation fleet through all branches of the military, and they test everything at Edwards. So and they don't know what caused this. They won't know, as you mentioned, for months. Whether it was a tested equipment failure that led to the accident, whether it was a catastrophic engine failure or an operational failure, they won't know until they do some more research and digging. But yeah, they're testing new radar equipment, and they put them in. That's why the consultants, the civilian contractors, are on board. And these are the best pilots in the world. These are literally
they're flying. I mean, they're test pilots.
They're the test pilots. Yeah. I mean, they make sure that the other pilots that are put in service. And eventually, all this technology falls to the civilian Air Corps.
What's so interesting about this is, I mean, it's a very, very sad story, loss of life, and obviously
8 deaths, eight, right? 8
yeah.
total? Yeah,
and we'll cover that, and as we know more details. In the article that I read, they hadn't, at least at the time, and this is 2 hours ago that I was reading about it. Maybe they have since, but they didn't tell you any specifics about names. They obviously want to make sure that they're contacting all families and making them aware of everything first. But just from a technological perspective, I'm really interested in how they develop these aircraft. Like you said, that's the airfield where they test all these flights.
Edwards has been. That's where Chuck Yeager broke the sound barrier.
Exactly.
Yes, they've been testing there since the 50s.
Those used to be considered, and they still should, obviously, but those used to be considered the American heroes. But we've gotten so used to flight now. I mean, flight. When you think about the Chuck Yeager days. Yeah. And you think about the early days of the astronaut program that all came out of, those were all test pilots, the early astronauts. When you think about those guys were only, 40 years removed from the invention of flight?
Yes, that is a mind-boggling reality.
Yes.
How quickly progress is made.
The progress has just been immense. And then
that count from 60 to today, the progress that we've made since then.
Yeah.
And they're still flying these B-52s,
Insane.
these flying fortresses. They're still so dependable.
Insane.
There's no better option.
Did you ever see a movie, and we've gone probably too far down the rabbit hole on this, but did you ever see a movie called Strategic Air Command with Jimmy Stewart back in the 1950s?
No. How did I miss this? I love Jimmy Stewart movies.
It's really good. And he plays a guy who was from World War II, who was in the reserves, and then gets called back up to be part of this Strategic Air Command.
Okay.
And it's in the 1950s, and he flies in one of these massive bombers.
Okay.
And it was done at the time in conjunction, like a lot of those movies back in the 1940s and 50s, working with the military because it was like really good propaganda for the armed services.
You bet.
And it gave them an opportunity to highlight this emerging technology and all this stuff. So he represents us as he's learning this new technology, although it's Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah.
He's learning this new technology on this amazing airliner that he's going to go and fly that is part of the Strategic Air Command.
Wow.
But it's essentially this type of a plane.
This work, yeah.
But the film was made back in the 1950s, might have been early 60s. I can't really, we can look that date up, Strategic Air Command. I'm going to take a guess on this. I'm going to say 58. Is that right?
How do you spell strategic? I'm kidding.
Mike's looking it up right now. Jimmy Stewart, Strategic Air Command?
1955.
55.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So that would have been just 3 years after the B-52 went into service, and you have Jimmy Stewart on one of these planes, and he's getting a total insider's look at how these things operate, because that was emerging technology at the time. And now here we are, 70 years later. They're still flying these things.
It's amazing.
It's unbelievable.
And the accidents were horrific today, of course, or yesterday. Apologize. They're so rare. They're so rare. We have anyone's fart, is a tragedy, of course. They test these on a daily basis, nonstop.
It's a testament to how good, when an accident happens, which is horrible, it highlights how dangerous the work really is still, and how good they are because it so rarely happens.
Right.
There's 100,000 flights a day that are happening somewhere in the world. 100,000 flights that are happening. It might even be just, no, I think the U.S. number is like 40-something thousand. 100,000 flights a day.
Globally, yeah.
And it's so rare. So when one of these happens, obviously it's a big news story. So we'll cover more of that in detail at 1:30. But it is tune back in for that. Frank Lindsay's going to join us for that, and he'll give us some more details on that. All right, can we circle back here locally to yesterday? What's the big takeaway from the first World Cup match? We have Belgium versus Egypt. We have a 1-1 draw.
Great game.
Pretty exciting game.
Yeah.
Our one of our colleagues here, our boss here, he went to the game, told us about it. He says it was just the atmosphere was packed. I mean, I think there was like something like 60-something thousand.
66,000 inside the building, yeah. And
66,000 inside Seattle
with the
Stadium,
adjustments that they made to accommodate media.
which is not Lumen Field. Don't say Lumen
Right,
Field.
Seattle Stadium. There was a maximum capacity for the first game, and this Friday's the U.S.-Australia is going to be mayhem. But I think the takeaway is great job, Seattle. There were some hiccups. There were some learning opportunities as you move forward. We've got 5 more chances to improve every time. Not just to get it right. They got it right yesterday, but to improve it every single time out.
I felt more comfortable, obviously once we had that big in-depth look at behind the scenes security-wise.
With regard to how many organizations?
50 different agencies working together.
Yep. Federal, state, local, you bet.
Yeah, to make sure that everybody was safe. And, by all accounts, it went off without a hitch, and that's great. Did you see this thing, though? Did you see this protest zone thing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It became almost like one of those stop and repeats. Have you ever been to an event where they have like a...
What's a stop and repeat?
Well, it's like a backdrop that you walk past, and then you take a picture in front of it, and it's like if you go to the Emmys, that's a stop and repeat.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. I gotcha.
I think that's what it's called.
Step and repeat.
Step and repeat.
Basically, it's the backdrop. Like if we
With
had
the
like
logos.
a KIRO Newsradio logo.
Yeah, if we were
Photo
fancy,
ops.
we'd have a KIRO thing behind us, and then you and I
Photo
every
ops,
once in a while take a picture and blue steel it or something. So that's what fans were doing. So they set up
in the protest zone?
Well, there's nobody in the protest zone.
Okay,
Look at
that.
So SPD set this up. I saw this in the Seattle Times, had an article about it. I thought it was just funny. But they have it's very tiny. Did you see the pictures of this thing?
Well, there are several, but yeah, they're little pens. They're tiny little pens.
They're tiny little pens.
Yeah.
I guess for small little groups who want to be protesting.
Well, Go ahead. No, this is the perfect solution for groups that want to be protesting, because otherwise they're in the faces of the people trying to get into the game. They're bothering the flow.
They were there yesterday. They were walking around. They weren't in the protest
The protesters didn't go in. Were there protesters that didn't go in the zones?
Yeah, there's big people holding up anti-ice stuff, and there's people with bullhorns walking around.
Well,
so they're not being held to the zones.
Well, again, in that case, Game 2's coming up on Friday. protesters. Did they not know?
Well,
is there catering in the zones?
I don't think
is
there's
it a
catering.
cool zone?
You know what they should have done? They should have stuck one of those really expensive bathrooms in these zones and encouraged more people to be in it. That would have been nice.
The protesta potty.
Yeah.
I love it. You guys, you want to protest? You get the nice accommodations.
I think it's just so fun. Like, whose idea was this, honestly? Like, and what's your feeling about this? Like, when you see the story, is it necessary? I would say, my opinion is it's not necessary.
I think it's, if you feel it's necessary for folks who are adamant about the liberties that they feel are being encroached upon, and they want to protest. There was a lot of confusion going back and forth before the matches in all cities about federal immigration enforcement regarding these games, and we've gone over that many times.
Protesting the organization of FIFA, which has a long history
and you really
with
could.
some questionable things.
I bet Mike Lewis, our cohort, was probably down there protesting FIFA for its mob-like mentality and how it's dealt with the game.
Allegedly.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of documentation.
Not me.
No, I was quoting Mike Lewis in a news capacity. I think it's a fundamental right to protest grievances in this country, to do it safe and do it fairly.
No, I'm not saying anything about protesting.
But I don't want
to set up a pen like a little farm animal.
You know, it's funny. I went to a Super Bowl down in Arizona, and there were one of those mega churches, and they're very famous, but I don't want to give them any time for their name.
Okay.
But they're anti-gay. God hates this. God hates that, and they were everywhere. And the security at the Super Bowl had them in a pen.
They had them in a pen.
They had them all in a pen. And it was funny because people were stopping for selfies and not to support. I mean, they were literally.
I don't like pens. I don't like pens for protest things. It just seems it seems very Seattle-y. It's like I find it to be kind of embarrassing.
This was Super Bowl, and this was down in Arizona.
I know,
but the same concept. They had a pen set up. They had a designated protest area set up, which is what this is, a designated protest zone.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for your ability to express your points of view and to protest. But not, the old adage, your right to throw a punch stops at my nose.
Sure.
Right? I think these people, if they want to protest, they should be designated to places that aren't interfering with the experience of folks who want to just go to the game.
I mean, I like
the pen.
We live in a free society. If you can't legally keep somebody in a pen, that's my problem with it. It does infringe on their rights to force them to be in a pen. So the pen to me is just.
Well, let me ask you something, because you can stop
It means nothing. That's the thing. Is like you have all these designated pen areas, and they mean nothing.
You can stop. I've seen. I think it's Costco. No solicitation, no petitioners.
Costco's making that decision on private property. This is not private property.
The stadium is. Seattle Stadium is.
I'm fairly sure that these are public streets.
These are.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, Lumen Field, Seattle Stadium can have a policy: no protesters within this many feet of the property.
Whatever, if it's their private property, those are private property rights. This is not private property.
These are public streets.
Yeah. And so that's why I find it to be silly, because nobody's taking advantage of it.
Look at the money. They must have wasted, $9?
Maybe 10.
Maybe 10.
It could be 10.
Put these, and that's only for labor, because they already had the poles and the fencing.
This makes me think of two things. Do I give two cares if the international world thinks that Seattle is silly? Absolutely not, because that just comes with the territory. That's what Seattle is known for.
Yeah, we are.
And two, do I think that they should have these? And do I think it's funny that the international crowd was the only ones in these designated zones taking pictures and throwing up peace signs because they thought it was funny that Seattle has international or has
designated protest zones?
I almost wonder if they set it up just for that reason, just
as
to give them
selfie space.
A selfie funny thing to do.
What's it called? Stop and click. What'd you call it?
Step and repeat.
Step and repeat.
This is what SPD had to say. They said, while SPD places no limits on somebody's ability to communicate their message, they will support safety in the protest zones to support demonstrators' ability to exercise their First Amendment rights. Oh, this sounds to me like they're actually saying this is to protect protesters.
It's like a safe base.
That's a safe space for them.
Ollie oxen free. I'm home base. You can't mess with me.
No tagsies.
No tagsies.
No tagsies.
Funny.
I'm on timeout. T. That's what my kids always shout when we're playing tag in the yard. T. I didn't realize that's what it was for.
That's good for them.
Then I like it. That's funny. That's pathetic. All right. Can I play? This is just, I found this delightful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting to see some of the fans. And neither of these were local, but they were international fans who are visiting other states where they have these matches,
I've been watching these
cities.
videos as well. They've been fantastic.
Okay, I want to start with Japanese fans. Whoever gets to Japanese fans is very lucky, because Japanese fans have a tradition that now goes back to the Qatar Games in 2022. No, I guess all the way back in 1998. They're in the team's first World Cup appearance in France in 1998. The Japanese fans show up. They sit in their section. They wear their blue shirts or whatever the Japanese kit colors are that day. They wear their shirts and they wave around like loud, crinkly bags. They're waving like stuff around, like like you might think of like a flag or whatever, like a noisemaker.
They make a noise. Okay.
Not a vuvuzela,
right?
But like a polite thing to wave around. And then after they're done, after the game is over, and in this case, Japan, I believe, tied their game 2-2 against the Netherlands. The fans pick up their section so that the stadium staff don't have to do it, and they go, and they've now made since 1998
as a show of respect for the host cities.
As a show of respect, because in their culture they want to make sure that they are good guests, and they show up and they go into the stadium and they pick up every single morsel of trash on the ground, and there's video of all the Japanese fans going up and down cleaning, and everybody's kind of watching like, wait a minute, what? Because like when you leave a stadium here in America,
American fans bring garbage to the games to dump in the stands as a tribute to the working man.
There you go.
That's right. They're supporting the cleanup crews.
Like when you leave a movie theater, what do? Do you carry it down in the trash or do you leave it on the ground? You're not a monster, so you probably bring it to the trash.
No, I've been married a long time, but I've now forced to carry it. I used to leave it where it was. I'm for the working man.
Me too. Plus, you're paying $25 for a ticket.
This kid's making almost $20 an hour to work a movie theater. You ought at least have to work a little bit.
At least sweep it up.
Yeah,
give him something to do. Yeah, now he just stands next to it.
I tip over drinks.
That might be much. That's much.
I'm kidding.
But isn't that cool? The Japanese fans?
Incredibly cool.
All right, so here's a Japanese fan who is on camera talking to a reporter, and I believe this reporter is from was this in Dallas or Arlington?
Dallas, yeah.
Okay. All right, this is
from
in
Fox 4.
At AT&T, Jerry World. Is that the stadium they played at?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Which I think is just called Dallas Stadium for these purposes.
It's not really called Jerry World. It's not the official name.
That is true.
Dallas Stadium.
Okay, so this is funny. This fan doesn't speak a lick of English. He's Japanese. He doesn't speak English.
Okay.
And this reporter keeps shoving a microphone in his face.
What an American thing to do.
And she's like asking him questions. Now, again, he doesn't have any clue what she's saying. But then we end up with like a really great classic interview.
Oh my gosh.
Where the thing that, connects them is soccer.
Yeah.
And they don't have any clue what each other's saying. And the truth is you don't need it.
Not in sports, babe.
Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Okay, how you doing?
My name is...
Okay.
Yeah, my name is Hirochika Nakakuki.
Oh, wow.
It's live?
Okay.
It's live?
Yes, it's live, baby.
Yeah.
How excited are you?
Yeah.
You were so excited, right? Japan, right?
Excuse me.
Okay.
I cannot speak English, but I'm excited!
Oh my God, I love this.
Isn't this the best?
Good job!
Gosh. Japan,
baby! Look, it's lit. It's lit. Okay, what are we looking at? Oh my gosh, can you tell me what this is? We're looking at his back.
It's a jersey.
Japanese. Toyama. Okay? Toyama's message. いっぱい集めてる. Yes, collection.
Amen.
Message collections.
Okay.
Toyama's message collections.
I love it.
Okay?
I love
Oh, I love this.
She has no idea what he's saying.
No.
And I don't really have, but I love his spirit.
Yes.
I'm very excited because he's excited.
Oh.
It's the best.
the energy.
Yes,
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Yeah.
You got any predictions? You got a score?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Japan?
Yeah.
What is the score? The score. What do you
Yeah.
think? 1-0? 1-0?
2-0, win Japan!
Oh my goodness.
Love your energy, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, let's
Oh.
Pretty fun.
Oh, they both missed the part where he doesn't speak English. Both are, she's just, let me keep asking you questions. Oh my God, that's wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if she might have been smart in that because she's like, listen, doesn't matter. Whatever I ask him, he's still going to be gold.
She probably had a producer in her ear saying, "Do not
Keep him
stop.
going.
Do not stop.
Keep asking
Ask
questions.
him his favorite pet."
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
That clip goes on for a whole nother minute too.
You're
Like a
kidding me.
crowd comes
Oh,
in,
my
and
gosh.
it's great stuff.
That's wonderful. That was, I didn't go down. Of course, yesterday we were working. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to dive in Friday.
You're going to go down?
Yeah, we're taking a holiday Friday. Of course, this is a federal holiday. And I was going to do like all Americans do and just watch from my couch. Mm-hmm. I don't think I should miss this. I may meet this guy.
Try to be part of that atmosphere.
I may meet this guy.
You might.
Yeah.
It'd be strange if he came to the U.S.-Australia
He can't
games.
read traffic signs. Who knows what plane they put him on?
He just
Who
ends
knows?
up in...
Japan!
He's like looking around.
Oh my, this is great. But you know what? There's going to be... Well, no. You know what? I'm going to skip this week. I want to skip this week. I already can speak Australian.
You know what? No.
Yeah,
Go down,
no, I can
talk
speak
to an Aussie,
No, but
find a yellow jersey.
I can speak Australian. I want to find somebody who has no clue what English is.
Mm-hmm.
I want to just vibe with somebody who is completely foreign.
Sure.
Oh,
You
this
could
is
probably
great.
find that down there. I bet you could find that down there on an Australian
At
day.
the Australia, I'm sure, because there are visitors to Seattle, and we'll do the postmortem when the whole matches are done, when the event is over.
Sure.
There are people who came for yesterday's game and staying through the game with Iran and Egypt.
Yeah.
They're going to stay. They're going to stay through the entirety of that run in Seattle. Fans that was interviewed yesterday, I heard.
Well, it is fun. I do like these. Some of these moments are pretty fun. All right, we got a lot more coming up when we get back. Should we talk about Washington? Has decided there's going to be a big national American fair.
The Great American Fair.
Great American
State
Fair.
Fair. Yeah.
250 years.
Yep.
It's
On
gonna
the
be in
National
DC.
Mall. Yeah.
Every state can send a delegation, represent your state. There's going to be everybody gets a booth.
Great.
Just like a job fair at the high school gymnasium. We'll tell you what Washington has decided to do, and we'll talk about
crabs or apples. What keeps better in a hot DC sun?
apples and codlets.
Oh,
We'll tell you what they are going to do or what they're not going to do and why when we come back. Stick around.
KIRO News Radio, winner of 7 regional Edward R. Murrow Awards. Breaking news coverage, best newscast, excellence in writing, investigative reporting, sports reporting, hard news. Capped with a prestigious prize for overall excellence. And we thank you, our audience across the Pacific Northwest. You are the reason we strive to be the Northwest's trusted news source. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day for baseball.
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house. Case in point, your ticket might be for the view level, but it's more like Skyline City. Up here, it's hard to say what'll take your breath away first. The gorgeous Seattle sunsets or the spectacular views of every incredible play. If you like value with the view, it's the perfect place to take quality time with the family to a whole new level. Literally.
A bases clearing, 3-run double. Everybody on their feet here at T-Mobile Park.
Mariners baseball. Trident's up.
With Mariners Value Games, you can score tickets starting under $12 on select dates all summer, including this week's series against the Orioles, tonight through Thursday. Plus, on Thursday's series finale, the first 15,000 fans score a Mariners Stars and Stripes soccer jersey thanks to Alaska Airlines. Get your tickets at mariners.com.
You're losing your hair and you simply need a solution that works. You want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians, something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need world-class Dr. Perungo and his team at Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has completely redefined hair restoration. From the experience itself to their unmatched results. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, maybe all three like I had. Get your hair back with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment that begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. For your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. Right now, you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Refine your hairline with the team that redefined hair restoration. That's 425-449-8185. Or for the before and afters, visit advancedhair.com.
Summertime means sunshine, baseball games, beach trips, hiking, and more. So don't let your bank stop you from having fun. Free checking at WaFd Bank is the way to go. There are no minimum balances or monthly maintenance fees to worry about. Plus, you'll get spending tools and the latest technology to help you stay on budget. Not only is WaFd Bank rated a best bank, we have more than 200 branches to serve you across 9 western states, so you have access wherever you are. Visit wafdbank.com to open your account. Additional fees may apply. Member FDIC.
Take me out to big trees. Take me to see the leaves. Privacy screens and evergreens. You already know they have thousands of trees.
Big Trees for tree sales and transplants. Find Big Trees in Snohomish or BigTreeSupply.com.
Your VA loan and reverse mortgage experts for 34 years. Best Mortgage is proud to be the longest running mortgage company on KIRO Radio. Get a no-pressure consultation from a real person, never an AI bot. Web search Best Mortgage for honest advice you can trust.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. Federal investigators are working to piece together what led to a shooting involving a U.S. Border Patrol agent in Blaine. It happened this morning near 4th Street, rather. The FBI says the suspect was injured and taken to the hospital. U.S. Attorney Neil Floyd tells the Jason Rantz Show on Seattle Red 770 AM
that this guy was not unknown to law enforcement. He has a criminal history that would certainly give any officer some concern.
No agents were hurt. Investigators recovered a firearm at the scene and emphasized there is no ongoing threat to the public. The FBI is calling this an isolated incident. Pierce County voters could decide the future of the sheriff's office this November.
According to the News Tribune, the Charter Commission voted to put a measure on the ballot that would make the sheriff an appointed position, chosen by the county executive and confirmed by the council. Sheriff Keith Swank opposes the plan and tells the Jason Rantz Show on Seattle Red 770 AM.
This is the future for at least in the next 10 years of our county.
He calls the proposal an attack on voters' choice. Supporters, though, say it would allow the county to focus on results over politics. If approved, it would take effect in 2027, ending Swank's term. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Small designated protest zones are now set up near Seattle Stadium and will be there until the end of the World Cup matches here on July 6th. The areas marked by cones and orange netting are on King, Charles, and Royal Brome. The Seattle Times says one zone could probably hold about 10 people. More protesters could show up when Egypt faces Iran June 26th. And speaking of, get ready to see lots more yellow and green around Seattle.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Oi, oi, oi!
Australian fans have started to arrive for Friday's match up against Team USA, like this family from Sydney, who touched down at SeaTac Airport at 1 a.m. before heading up to the Egypt-Morocco game.
A great game, great atmosphere, great city. It was a great vibe.
Great fans. The fans were great. I thought the fans were really respectful and really enjoyed the game.
That match kicks off at noon Friday. New numbers from Zillow show rental prices in Seattle keep going up. KIRO 7 TV's Dee Sun explains.
The average rent for a 2-bedroom in June is $2,044. That is up more than $30 from last month, but that is actually a little bit down from rental prices last year. The company says rent in Seattle is 47% higher than the national average.
And a look at Wall Street. The Dow keeps building on its record high, and tech stocks hit a rough patch. Dow up 335, S&P 500 down 34. Your NASDAQ down 210 points. And now your KIRO News Radio traffic brought to you by LeMay America's Car Museum. North 5 through Seattle, we're crowded from the Michigan Curve to the Columbia Tower. South 5 slows through Northgate and in through the U District. A little more crowding right through the heart of downtown. Over in Kirkland, South 405, we've got a brief backup from Northeast 132nd down to 85th, where we have a disabled vehicle partially blocking the far right exit lane. And North 405 still slows through the Renton S-curves. Give time this Father's Day at LeMay America's Car Museum. Enjoy hundreds of cars, racing simulators, kids' activities, and the new cafe. Make memories that last at americascarmuseum.org. Mostly sunny into next week, mid-70s today and tomorrow, and then we'll hover right around the low 80s through the weekend. Sunny and 69 in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. All right, Spike, you a big fair guy? Do you like going to fairs, state fairs, things like that?
I love going to the state fair.
Isn't that the best?
It's the greatest. Since I was a wee little spiker, going to the state fair, seeing the booths, seeing the critters, seeing the food, riding the rides. It's America.
What's your favorite fair food? If you had to pick one,
I think deep fried butter. I kid.
People do like that.
They will deep fry anything.
Yeah.
I want to open a bring it, we'll fry it booth.
You know what? That's
right?
We
got batter, we got oil.
Idea,
no, we got batter, we got oil. Cut down on the cost of doing business, right? You're providing the service, you're providing the mechanism.
You should just provide
like
a giant vat of oil.
Yeah.
And people can come and fry their own foods.
Yeah.
Nothing bad could happen there.
Scones, buddy. You know, it's new since I moved here. You know, scones, raspberry scones was not a thing when I was growing up in Maryland.
Okay.
Not at all. But the Fisher scones at the Pure Health State Fair.
I like the elephant ears.
Elephant ears are great. Elephant ears are great. Look at you.
Myself from my grease on
my
shirt.
you've soiled yourself.
Can I get something off my chest? We'll get to this fair stuff in
that
just a
pizza
second.
grease. I don't think not without a bleach wipe. What do you need?
We had pizza brought in. Our bosses, when they make you sit through a company meeting, they repay you with free food.
They do.
People listening know this, and I love our bosses here. So they know that I say that with love.
Yeah.
So when you do a company meeting, oftentimes they'll give you free food afterwards, which they've done.
Yeah.
They brought in pizza and delicious things. I have two big gripes about this. Not from the bosses.
No.
Okay.
They're wonderful, generous, thoughtful people.
From my coworkers, who I thought were friends, but I'm realizing are just a bunch of jerks. Because I'm walking around with a giant spot of pizza grease on my shirt. Nobody notices enough to say it to me.
You
may not have noticed. That's fair.
I honestly hadn't noticed.
You may not have noticed. That's fair. But I did. I had about 10 conversations. 10 conversations.
And no one?
With massive amounts of green pizza stuff. Or salad stuff.
In your
salad
teeth?
stuff.
Oh, no. Nobody told you?
In my teeth. And I'm sitting there and I'm like talking and I'm being real chatty because I'm trying to
you're the guy, man. You're a man among...
I'm a common man. I like having conversations, and I'm real chatty with people, and I'm probably leaning in too close for the amount of salad I had because it's very garlicky. And I'm having all these conversations.
People are backing away as you're talking. You notice?
No, but maybe. I thought that was maybe something else going on.
Sure.
But I'm talking, and then I'm like, got to go do the show, and I run downstairs, and now I'm down here, and I'm like, you know what? It'd be really good to use the restroom real fast before, just to be safe. I don't want to feel, like bladder pressure when I'm trying to do an entertaining show.
It's distracting.
And I look up in the mirror. I wash my hands, and I look up in the mirror, and I kind of give myself a little smile before because we're on camera in here all the time.
Yeah, you bet.
2 giant things in my teeth on both sides of my mouth. No way. There's no chance in heck people didn't notice.
And didn't bother to tell me.
Why didn't they just say something? I wouldn't take it as an insult. Were they worried about the awkwardness? Why not just say something?
That's on them. It's not on you, of course.
Do you say something?
There's a rule. If someone can do something about it, you tell them. You got something.
That's a good rule.
If they can't do something about it, you don't say anything because then they're going to just they can't.
I'm not saying you have to say that to somebody who's missing a limb.
No, I meant.
But
say you rip your clothing or something, they don't know. I mean, they can't do anything about it.
They can't do anything about that.
Right.
That's right.
But if they can make a quick, hey, yell something, Jake, yell something.
Sure. Yeah. Wouldn't that have been nice?
Or like if your zipper's down or something like that. Hey, barn door buddy.
Yeah.
How can you not? How can you see? How can somebody see a fly down and not say something?
Nobody says anything anymore.
Well,
People never say anything.
No, they say something to everybody but you.
They do. They go, "Did you see Jake's teeth?
Oh my God,
ridiculous."
You think with that good toothbrush.
Oh, crazy guy.
Anyway,
You see him? He's just got tons of stuff in his
unnoticeable.
teeth. And now he's got a giant spot on his shirt. He wore a button-up shirt for the first time in a week because of the company meeting.
I was
Looks
wondering
like an
what
idiot.
our award-winning news team was chuckling about in the bullpen, and it must have been the stuff in your teeth.
Yeah, news spreads fast with award-winning news teams when they don't tell you what's in your mouth. I got it. Don't worry about it. I had a mirror, so we figured it out. Can we talk about? I shouldn't have even brought it up. Can we talk about? And I love them all. I'm not mad.
people.
I'm not
No,
mad.
no.
Whatever.
Dude,
There was no chuckling, by the way. That was for artistic license.
No, that's fine. There was chuckling, I imagine, because they all saw it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? And it's not a quid pro quo thing. If I see somebody out there who's got crap in their teeth, I'm going to say something because
you're a decent guy.
I value you as a person and the experience that you're going to have. I'm going to go, you got some nasty stuff in your teeth. The worst thing is, and there is a fine line here. It is difficult when somebody has something coming out of their nose, because then you're in a situation where, like, I don't want to embarrass them. And, like, maybe the base case scenario is that they go into the bathroom, they see something, and they think, oh, thank goodness nobody saw this because it just happened.
Right. They don't think they were shamed publicly.
Yes.
I do the boodum, boodum, boodum.
You're waiting for them to notice?
Boodum, boodum, boodum.
Waiting
Shark in the water. That's the universal code.
I didn't
If
know
you got
that.
a hanger, shark.
You could have done that at me for 2 hours. I wouldn't have picked it up.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to mean something in my nose?
Some a shark in the water. Yeah.
Just say you got something in your nose.
Hey, you got a little hanger there, buddy.
Or do what I do with my kids when they have it. Just run up with the backside of my T-shirt and wipe it for them.
Is it bad protocol to wipe someone else's nose in public? You're a good friend. You
Is
coworker.
that an HR problem these days? Are you allowed to do that? It's like you can't even wipe somebody's nose in public anymore.
What kind of world are we? I can't work in this environment.
I want to live in a world where I can go and wipe my coworker's nose just like I do my small baby child, and then hug them just like I do my small baby
caring.
child. Yeah.
It's about compassion.
God, the world's gotten crazy, hasn't it? Can't even wipe your coworker's nose anymore. All right. We're going to have to pause and take a quick commercial break here in just a minute. But when we come back, because we've just completely wasted time, that's fine. That's what the show is
we're going to talk
about.
the Great American State Fair.
We're going to talk about the Great American State,
yeah.
the Great American Fair, not State Fair. Is it the Great American State Fair?
Great American State Fair. Yeah, the Great American State Fair.
The Great American State Fair. You're right.
Yeah.
In Washington, D.C.
Part of Freedom 250 celebration.
Every state is invited. You can send a delegation. You get a booth.
Foods of 50 states and 6 territories will be on display.
Every single state
It's
will
a
have something
perfect
fried
celebration.
if you choose to attend. Guess what Washington State's doing? We'll tell you about it when we come back.
I'm excited! I love it! Yeah, baby! Let's go!
KIRO News Radio, winner of 7 regional Edward R. Murrow Awards. Breaking news coverage, best newscast, excellence in writing, investigative reporting, sports reporting, hard news. Capped with a prestigious prize for overall excellence. And we thank you, our audience across the Pacific Northwest. You are the reason we strive to be the Northwest's trusted news source. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. If your summer home improvement list has a new roof, maybe siding, maybe a gutter upgrade, you owe it to your home to give Valentine Roofing a call. Once again, they've been awarded the best in the Pacific Northwest for roofing by the Seattle Times in 2025. And right now, qualified homeowners could take advantage of $0 down and 0% financing with 6 months deferred interest when paid in full within the promotional period. Financing subject to approved credit. Call 206 Roofing, and remember, when you see the red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands.
Hey there, Dawn Riling from Olympic Hot Tub with exciting news. Our mid-year clearance event is on. You'll score big savings on all in-stock saltwater hot tubs and fabulous saunas. Plus, deep discounts on newly released floor model swim spas. These deals are incredible. But don't wait. Our mid-year clearance ends June 30th. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Olympic Hot Tub.
Nick, you know what's a great thing about going to Longevity Medical Clinic as a couple?
Oh, I absolutely do. When they tell you to do something, you actually do it.
Right. And the same thing with you when they tell you to do it, because for some reason, when I tell you to do it, you're like, whoa.
I just walk away and roll my eyes.
Exactly. But the great thing about Longevity Medical Clinic, the doctors there know, because we do the blood draw and they look and they can see, they know, they hold us accountable.
Yeah, when I'm under pressure and I know I'm coming in, I know I have to work the program.
Right. Plus, we also want to hold each other accountable for how we take care of ourselves, because, we want to have a long, healthy, happy life.
I know. I want every day to torture you as long as I possibly can.
Well, I look forward to it. Here's the great thing about Longevity Medical Clinic. They're working with you. They're holding you accountable because they want you to have a long, healthy, happy life. I was a patient at Longevity long before I started doing these commercials. So get your free health analysis. Go to lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
On top of home and auto, Progressive protects your boat, RV, and motorcycle so you can explore the unknown.
Actually, we just take the RV to the same campground every year.
Well, maybe you can catch your own dinner on your boat.
Oh, we can actually get pizza delivered there from this brick oven place we love.
Will you at least try a new topping?
Honestly, probably not. We kind of have a go-to order.
Fine. Just bundle home or auto insurance with your outdoor vehicles with Progressive and stay protected when you go, I guess, where you've gone before. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you're over 62 and feeling more financial pressure every month, you are not alone. I'm Steve Teitler, owner of Best Mortgage. I hear from seniors all the time who love their home, want to stay in it, but are worried about how far their money will go. Property taxes are up, insurance is up, monthly bills keep rising, and some of them still have a mortgage payment. A reverse mortgage could help by eliminating that mortgage payment, paying off debts, and giving you more room in your monthly budget. Now, let me say this, it's not right for everyone, but for the right person, it can make a real difference. When you call Best Mortgage, you work directly with me for a free consultation. I'll explain how it works, answer your questions, and tell you honestly whether it fits your needs. If you're 62 or older and want to learn more about staying in your home with less financial stress, call me today. 425-649-6000. Best Mortgage. Honest advice you can trust. 425-649-6000.
Guys, it's Men's Health Month at Revive Seattle. Get a free comprehensive wellness panel. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, heart health, and more. Valued at $400. Offer ends June 30th. Call 206-529-1111 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Jason Rance here. If your water heater is getting older, leaking, or running out of hot water, CM Heating has an affordable solution. Get a new gas or electric water heater installed starting at just $44.99 a month. With CM Heating's Comfort as a Service program, you'll get lifetime repairs and maintenance at no extra charge. Parts and labor covered for life. Plus, same-day installation is available in many cases. Schedule your free estimate today at cmheating.com.
License number CMHEAHL 750LP.
Hi, welcome back to the show. I have fixed my stain problem on my shirt over the break.
Unnoticeable. Completely, look at that. It's great.
Unnoticeable.
Well done, buddy.
Only looks like
got
I'm
some in your
lactating
teeth, though.
Yeah. Oh, do I?
No.
Oh, do I? Thank you.
If I start doing this.
That's what it means?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's talk about the Great American State Fair. This is going to happen on June 25th. It runs through July 10th. This is going to be in D.C., celebrating America's 250th anniversary, the semi-quincentennial, which is what it is called. Washington has a semi-quincentennial committee to celebrate our nation's 250th year.
Yeah, I think every state is doing something to celebrate.
Every state does, and they all have the option of going to this big Great American State Fair. I believe it's on the
National Mall.
National Mall.
Yeah,
Very cool event.
Those are the great lawns that are stretched out from one end of the Monument District to the other. But one side is the Smithsonian borders them on one side. Yeah.
Do you remember in Forrest Gump when they're giving those anti-Vietnam War speeches and Forrest goes out by the reflecting pool and he finds Jenny? This is that area where they would be.
The Monument District.
Yes. Very cool. Except Washington State has decided they will not be participating. I'd love your thoughts on this, Spike. They cite various reasons. I guess I would have more respect for them if they just said, we're crossing our arms and we're making a pouty face because we don't like Trump and his politics, versus what they're kind of saying. They're kind of saying that in a way, but they're also saying, it's just too expensive for us to send somebody.
Yeah, they're hiding behind. And I understand they're in fiscal straits, but 43 of the 50 states are going to be there.
Yeah.
The states that are leaving are all democratically governed states, except for one, Vermont. And the guy from Vermont's a never Trumper anyway, so they all are taking an
Connecticut,
anti-Trump policy
Illinois,
stand.
Maine, Massachusetts, North Carolina, Oregon, Washington. You said Vermont?
Vermont. Okay. That's the Republican governor.
Okay.
I felt the exact same thing. Have the courage of your convictions.
Just say what you're doing.
Right. Don't hide behind. These broke-ass red states are going to be there.
I don't know if we're allowed to say that word, but
Excuse me. These ass. Sorry, that was the other way. These flat-busted underwater red states are all going to be there. Arkansas with their crispy critter possum pies. It's the delicacies of every state supposed to be there. The culture and life of every state represented.
You are a left coast elitist. My goodness.
Do you enjoy a crispy critter?
I don't think that's on their I don't think that's their state menu, Spike. If I'm being completely honest, I don't think Arkansas are eating crispy critters all the time.
Is that roadkill Roundup?
Kentucky makes a lot of things that people really like. I drink some stuff that Kentucky makes on a pretty regular basis.
My point being, states with less money than us are showing up for this.
Nobody has less money than us. Washington doesn't have any money. They have more money than anyone, and they have no money to spend because it's a horribly run state, and they have zero money. And yet, I'm going to give you some crunch numbers on what Washington's saying they can't afford, because this is ridiculous. Okay. So the costs are estimated to be somewhere, according to Seattle Times, somewhere between $100,000 and $1 million to send the delegation and a bunch of crates of applets and cotlets down to D.C. They're saying they just can't afford that. So compare.
What if I bring it in for $150K? What if I go over and
they're
set up?
Saying they can't do that.
I can set up my own booth.
They said $100,000 to $100. They said $100,000 to $1 million is undoable for Washington State.
What?
Yes.
Okay, where do I send my pitch?
Your contribution?
Yeah, my pitch. We're having smoked salmon. We're having Kumamoto oysters on ice in the hot sun. That'll be real safe and fresh. We're having apple pie. We're gonna everything the state has to offer.
Yeah,
we're taking it, and you and I could bring this in for $200K, and we'll travel first class and stay at a nice hotel.
And we'd have representation there.
And Washington State wouldn't be omitted from this Great American State Fair.
I can't tell if you're being facetious or if you're agreeing with me that this is a missed opportunity for Washington State.
It's a horrible missed opportunity for Washington State.
Okay.
It is. I'm in total agreement that they don't have the courage of their convictions, blaming a budgetary shortfall.
Yeah, ridiculous.
You don't like this president and his policies. It's a nation built on immigrants, yada, yada. All great. Then have the courage to have the spine to say that. Denny Heck, a lieutenant governor of Washington.
Yeah, they're saying the cost
You know what?
is
Stand up
much.
and speak your truth.
Here, let me tell you how much $100,000 is. I have a couple different numbers here to crunch for you guys, just to give you some sense. Washington State has a budget of just around over $80 billion.
And we can't find $150K, $200K?
Here's what that would amount to. This would be, let's say it's $100,000 on the low end. This would be 0.0000125% of their $80 billion budget. If it's on the higher end and it's the million, then it's 0.00125%. Those things are very tough to even fathom, so that number really doesn't make a lot of sense.
Tiny.
Let me paint it for you in a bit easier way to understand.
Okay.
Washington State spends, our budget, we spend $2,500 tax dollars every second of the calendar year in our state. That's how much money that we are spending in our state every year. This would account for 40 seconds of spending on the low end and as much as 6 minutes on the upper end. These are ridiculous things to complain about. Citing not enough money is a lie. They have clearly enough money if they wanted it. They have more money than they've ever had, and they have a budgetary problem because they spend way too much. Here's the one that should grab everyone's attention the most. Let's shrink this number down because, again, $80 billion is like you can't even fathom that amount of money. You really can't. $80 billion, shrink that down, and let's say that is a family who has a household income of $80,000 a year.
Okay.
Do you know what that would be equivalent to for a family that makes $80,000 a year?
I don't.
Either a dime or a dollar. And if you're telling me that you don't have a dime or a dollar in your budget to go to the national fair and represent your state in whichever way that you decide that you want to do, then you're lying. That's a lie.
Yeah,
They don't like his politics. Be brave. Say that you don't like it. They want to take their ball and go home.
Have the courage.
Have the courage of your convictions.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just pathetic. Spike, what are we doing next?
Mike Lefko is going to join us from Seattle Sports. We're going to talk about the Mariners, their health status.
Cal Raleigh's coming back.
They'll decide today if he's in the lineup or not. Opening a series with the Orioles tonight at is it still? Can we call it T-Mobile?
I don't know. We have
to pay FIFA.
Is FIFA allowed to tell us?
It is within a half mile of.
We'll get Mike in here. We'll figure it out next. Stick around.
KIRO News Radio, winner of 7 regional Edward R. Murrow Awards. Breaking news coverage, best newscast, excellence in writing, investigative reporting, sports reporting, hard news. Capped with a prestigious prize for overall excellence. And we thank you, our audience across the Pacific Northwest. You are the reason we strive to be the Northwest's trusted news source. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
I had pain. I had numbness in my feet. That pain and that numbness just got worse and worse and worse as time went on.
This is Greg describing life with neuropathy.
I went to 5 podiatrists, tried different treatments, tried different orthotics, tried different shoes, had cortisone shots in the tops and the bottoms of my feet. Saw a neurologist. All my medical doctors said, can't help you. Live with the pain. You're not going to be able to sleep. This is your life. And then I just gave up until I found Sound Pain Solutions.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Our neuropathy treatments can rehabilitate damaged nerves. We use FDA-cleared, non-surgical, drug and pain-free procedures that help neuropathy sufferers like Greg find relief.
I feel better. I mean, just feeling better is huge.
If you experience numbness, shooting or burning pains, or loss of balance, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025 or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft.
Oh no.
That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If we find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes to your financial accounts, we alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that could make all the difference. Save up to 30% with promo code NEWS at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Please be advised, you may want to stop eating the following foods immediately: broccoli, kale, blueberries, quinoa, spinach.
I thought those were good for me.
What's healthy for one person may cause inflammation for another. So how do you know what your body actually needs? That's where Viome comes in. Viome is a simple, at-home gut health test that analyzes your real-time biology to give you personalized nutrition guidance and custom supplements.
Learn more at Viome.com/gut. V as in Victor, IOME.com/GUT. And use coupon code GUTHEALTH50 to save $50 off your purchase.
For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. The FBI announced they detained 5 people in connection with a foiled drone attack, they say, at the UFC event at the White House Sunday. The suspects allegedly used Signal Chat. ABC News contributor and former FBI profiler Brad Garrett says the question remains who else is involved, and also, are there more possible plots?
Of all the people he was talking to, apparently, online, how many were actually in Washington? Did they ever find any drones? Were they ever built? So, it's hard to assess. Clearly, these people need to be charged based on the facts as we know them. However, how far along was this?
President Trump says Iran will finalize a memo of understanding Friday. He says it includes reopening the Strait of Hormuz. Details of that deal have not been made public. Residents in central Texas and parts of Louisiana and Mississippi remain under the threat of more flooding following heavy storms. This is ABC News. Nearly 2 weeks after it was first detected on the umbilical cord of a calf in South Texas, the New World screwworm infestation has spread to at least a dozen animals. In Texas, cattle, sheep, and goats in 6 counties have been found infested with the parasitic larvae of the New World screwworm, along with a dog in New Mexico. Calling all movie buffs, a big batch of props from some of Hollywood's biggest movies hitting the auction block.
Come with me.
The brown hat that Gene Wilder wore in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory will be for sale. So will the hoverboards from Back to the Future 2 and a pair of boxing shorts worn by none other than Rocky himself. The Hollywood and Entertainment Signature Auction will be held in mid-July. Bidding starts at $100,000 for the Wicked Witch of the West hat worn by Margaret Hamilton. And if you've got $1 million,
I am your father.
A lightsaber used by Luke Skywalker in The Empire Strikes Back, complete with Luke's severed hand attached, can be yours.
ABC Sherry Preston, Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
The latest on a 6-year-old boy kidnapped overnight. More on that coming up. But first, your KIRO News Radio traffic brought to you by LeMay America's Car Museum. All of our major roadways looking pretty good this afternoon. Our biggest backup is heading into Seattle's South 5. It's packed through Northgate down about Ravenna, and then you'll break free pretty quickly. Linwood to Seattle, just under 25 minutes. North 5, we're crowded from the Michigan Curve up near the Columbia Tower. Nothing too heavy here. South 405, off and on, slowing between Factoria and the Renton Landing. Bellevue to Renton, just 15 minutes. And in Pierce County, northbound I-5, we're filling in through South Tacoma. Give time this Father's Day at LeMay America's Car Museum. Enjoy hundreds of cars, racing simulators, kids' activities, and the new cafe. Make memories that last at americascarmuseum.org.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Nate Connors. 2 Boeing employees are among 8 people killed when a B-52 bomber crashed shortly after takeoff from Edwards Air Force Base in California. The aircraft was on a routine test flight Monday morning when it went down. The victims also included Air Force personnel, civilian government workers, and contractors. Investigators are now working to determine what caused the deadly accident. A 6-year-old boy kidnapped overnight in Linwood has been found safe, but the suspect is still on the run. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lenzi reports.
Courtney O'Keefe in the Snohomish County Sheriff's Office says it started late Monday night.
Deputies responded to reports of an assault
and a female victim being thrown from a vehicle near 148th Street Southwest in Linwood.
She says the woman's ex-boyfriend, 32-year-old Davey Donato, then took off in her car with her 6-year-old son. The boy turned up in a family friend's front yard in Shoreline about 5:30 a.m., and it's believed Donato took him there, dropped him off, and then left. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Prosecutors have dropped charges against King County Assessor John Wilson. According to the Seattle Times, court records show the case was dismissed Monday after his ex-fiancée chose not to cooperate. Last year, his ex-fiancée, Lee Keller, accused him of stalking and violating a protection order. This is what she told reporters at that time.
It's an awful feeling to feel sort of trapped in your home and scared about what's going to happen next, and to feel like I'm constantly looking over my shoulder wondering what's going to happen.
Wilson denied the allegation. President Trump says the potential deal to end the war in Iran includes reopening the Strait of Hormuz, but don't expect gas prices to return to pre-war levels anytime soon. Gas Buddies Patrick DeHaan tells Seattle's Morning News that may take 6 to 12 months.
You know, we've lost out on 1.5, probably closer to 1.7 billion barrels of oil over these last 115 days, and that doesn't solve itself overnight. It's kind of like filling an Olympic-sized swimming pool with a garden hose, and that's why it's going to take a long time.
AAA says the average price for a gallon of regular in the Seattle area is at $5.77, and that's $1.18 more than a year ago. Now your KIRO News Radio weather, mostly sunny, 75 today and tomorrow, closer to 80 into the weekend. Sunny and 70 right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. Lots of stuff to get to. I'm very excited. It's been a while since we had this guy on the show with us, but he's live in studio. Mike Lefkoe from 710 Seattle Sports. He joins us now. Mike, welcome back to the show.
You guys know where to find me. I just think, you didn't want me on until now.
That's not true.
Oh, okay.
That's not
fair.
true. You're very tough to get.
Yeah, that's also true.
He's
right.
in high demand. He's tough to get. Mike, quick question.
Yeah.
Ask you, if we were out in the newsroom, we were chitty-chatting,
Mhm.
or if we're walking by and I say hi to you and we have a short conversation about sports or whatever the thing is, and you notice I have stuff in my teeth, do you say something to me or do you just let me walk on?
Did Spike not say something to you? Is that
Nobody
why?
said anything
Oh,
to
you
me.
have something in your teeth?
Not now.
No,
I
yeah.
clean it out. But like for a half hour, I had
He's up
many
there having
conversations.
10, 12 conversations with different people. Nobody
Yeah.
said a word.
They
Would you?
should. That's their duty as a coworker.
It is your duty.
Can I tell you something? I had the same issue happen. So these headphones, sometimes they get worn down and, you wear them for a while and they start to flake. So they
The little
break
black
apart.
stuff.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
one time I got done and I had just black headphone gunk caked to the side of my face and no one told me. For like the rest of the afternoon, drove
So this
home,
tells me that-
got home, went home, saw a mirror for the first time. I was like, wait, I have headphone gunk on my
how
face.
long's that been there? And you knew exactly how long it had been
Yeah,
there.
it's like you can see that. It's pretty obvious. Just
It's
say, hey,
obvious.
there's some headphone stuff.
Well, you're
some schmutz in
a
your face.
light-skinned
Yeah.
person, and when you have a bunch of black stuff around your
Yeah.
cheeks, people go, oh, that's an interesting
So
look.
I would have told you had food in your teeth.
I thank you for that. I'm going to believe you. That's nice.
You feel differently about the people who didn't say anything, though, don't you?
Yeah.
You do. You feel
You're like, what, are you
feel
just trying to
differently about it.
embarrass me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't care enough to tell me that I could make a correct little problem?
Yeah.
And not go through my day with green teeth or black skunk?
100%. Yes. All right. Now that we're past
Savages.
that. Thank you. Cal Raleigh, is
Yeah.
he going to be back in the lineup? Is it official? Have they made a decision?
Well,
We're waiting.
actually, no, interestingly enough, we have not seen a lineup. He told the Seattle Times reporters that he expects to be back. They're operating on their assumption he is, and he is supposed to speak this afternoon in about 2 hours. So I'd say it's a pretty good sign that he's going to be back in the lineup today. So go ahead and mark that down as a yes.
Okay, is he trying to force the Mariners' hand? He's like, listen, guys, I'm playing these lower leagues. I get it. It's fun. I'm rehabbed. I'm good to go. I'm going to do a press conference. He wouldn't do that.
No,
unless
I mean,
somebody
I'm
put him
sure
up
to an
it.
extent, all things being equal, you could say, look, take as much time until you're fully healthy, because an oblique, how they can re-aggravate and things like that.
Right.
But with an athlete that's pushing and with the results, there's no reason to just have him down there in the minors. I mean, what's he doing still down in the minors? You don't need him there anymore.
How long was he down there?
He played a week's worth of games. He played one game this past a week from yesterday, that past Sunday, a week ago. So a little over a week ago. That was with the Aqua Sox. The rest was with Tacoma. He played like 4 games. They alternated at first. So in trying to make sure he was fully healthy, he would play a game, sat out the next day, played a game, sat out the next day. Then, and I think this is kind of the encouraging sign why he is going to be back, he played Saturday and Sunday. Nice. Full games, caught both games. Oh, by the way, he hit home runs in those games.
Crushing the ball. So
he's got 5 home runs down there in the minors. Like, there's nothing left to do. He's got a high pain tolerance anyway. That was part of the problem.
5 home runs in a week of games?
You kind of expect that, right?
Well, here's the thing.
He had 5 home runs in the majors in a week of games.
That's true. That's true. But let me ask you guys this question. Do you think that he enjoys playing down there because it's easier play and he's getting, he's still getting paid and he's getting to, slowly get his rehab back? And it's fun because he's just like smashing balls out.
Crushing balls.
Crushing balls.
I
He's
don't
hitting windshields in the mall parking lot.
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily fun.
The transportation's better in the big leagues, for
I'm
sure.
sure to some extent it's probably cool to see all those fans and have that access for the fans.
And
an incredible
tiny
experience.
Ballpark experience of minor league baseball.
You're right, that intimacy would be really cool because
Yeah.
you literally are like 5 feet away from fans versus, you're still pretty close when you're playing with the Mariners, but
it's
it's
a whole
different experience.
world in minor league baseball.
Now, he had played at both those parks before. I think, Everett had some fun. They brought back his very young, old pictures when he played there originally.
Yeah.
Tacoma, obviously, he had been there a few times before he finally came up and stuck. So it's not like it's unfamiliar, but probably now, as he ascended to being one of the biggest superstars in baseball last year,
yes,
kind of cool to go back there and kind of, get back to your roots. I don't know if that's
it's like going
hokey
home
to
to your
say.
high school when you've gone on to become a massive success. I can't say that I've ever had that experience. So, Spike, you've had a pretty good career.
Yeah,
Did
I've
you
had a
get to
pretty
do
good
that
career.
back when you went back to Baltimore?
Ironically enough, they let me play in the high school football game. Crushed people. It was awesome.
Did they really?
No. No.
That'd be really fun.
Hey, Spike, suit up.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
4 touchdowns, Polk High.
So the Mariners, did you go to Polk High?
No.
Oh, okay.
Nice. You got the reference, though.
No, you just said Polk High.
I see it, but you know why? Al Bundy.
I
4
didn't know
touchdowns
that.
of Polk High.
Can I tell you something?
It's a legend.
I've never seen Married with Children. Have you seen it either, Mike?
No.
Oh.
Have you seen it, Mike?
No.
We're in a room with there's 4 guys in a room.
Nobody knows Al Bundy. Nobody knows Polk High.
I know the
4
character of
touchdowns.
Al Bundy. I'm aware of who he is.
You've never seen
culturally, but I've never seen it. And I'll tell you why I've never seen it. Not because I'm actually too young to have seen it.
You are all too young.
But
I forget how you are.
It was definitely on in syndication and reruns. While I was growing up, I was not allowed to watch it because my parents did not like the way that the kids talk to
You're
the
from
parents.
a good home. I keep forgetting. I'm sorry.
But my wife, who grew up in a family who did not have the same concerns, she's well aware of Al Bundy and all those
Kelly,
characters.
Bud, you bet, man.
Yeah, well, I'm aware
what
of
a
Kelly
show
because I grew up.
We used to watch it. It was
red-blooded
Sunday
American
nights
male.
on Fox, man. We would all meet at a local sports bar and watch it live in real time. No reruns, no syndication. Al Bundy.
Here's what I do know about him. So Ed O'Neill is the actor who plays him.
You bet.
So what's interesting about him is, even though I've never seen the show, and this is far afield, we'll get back to Cal Raleigh in a second. He is a classically trained. I believe this is true. I think he's a classically trained Shakespearean actor.
Yeah, he is.
Who then got this opportunity to go in for some of these, because he's a very good actor, and he's
Great
like
actor,
he looks like a fishmonger, so
Yeah.
like he fits that role.
Yeah.
And then he goes and he does this thing, and he made a choice. I don't believe that was in the script originally, but he makes a choice when they're filming him walking up to the door to sigh before he goes back
I've heard
in.
that too, and that was that's the character.
And that was the kicker where they were like, "Oh my gosh, this is magic
This guy
that we're going to
hates his
capture."
life.
He's
Yes.
like, he doesn't hate his life. I didn't read it that
Oh,
way.
well, yeah.
I'm reading it as like he's steadying his nerves before he
He
goes
knows what
in.
he's walking into.
Yeah.
He's battle tested.
Should I
battle
watch
hardened.
it? Should I try the show?
Oh, God, it's a brilliant show. I don't know how. It's funny. I don't. I'm sorry, Mike. I know we have limited time with you. We haven't talked at all about the Mariners' injury. report.
Entertaining. It's fine.
We'll get to him in a second.
I don't know that it would hold up. I haven't seen it in forever. I don't know that it would hold up today. We got a story kind of earlier about a comment Rainn Wilson made about The Office and could it be made in today's environment? Yeah, I don't know that the jokes and the misogyny and the rape, the rampant sexism.
Rampant. That's what.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Would play.
Yeah.
The fat shaming. I mean, the jokes were hilarious in their day.
I think people have gotten a little soft on jokes. I think there is a place for.
Well, agreed, but doesn't you
go back to like an Archie Bunker or something, and there are people who are depicted as a stereotype as a way to learn a lesson. Like Michael Scott, for instance, in The Office. We'll get into this conversation later. Michael Scott is a caricature of a type of person.
Yeah.
He's sympathetic in that you can still like him and you can still root for him while acknowledging that he has flaws because he's a human being. Like, that's what's kind of brilliant about that character.
Yeah.
He says and does things that are stupid because he's trying too hard. And he's kind of ignorant of a lot of things, so he needs to learn lessons along the way, which he does if you watch that show. So the idea that it couldn't be made today, I think, is a shame. I think Rainn Wilson's probably right.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen Married with Children, so I don't know the jokes that you're referring to, but I know that my parents didn't allow me to watch it.
It's all about TNA, jiggles,
Sure.
He fat shames women on a regular basis.
Well, that was the 80s.
The sex jokes.
The 80s were
it was the 80s.
The 80s were a really different time.
It was, completely.
What were we talking about? Cal Raleigh?
Cal Raleigh.
You know who else
talking about playing in the minors.
Is Cal Raleigh.
Probably never
young.
seen a day of it.
All right. Cal Raleigh, he's going to be back with the Mariners. It's not official yet, but it's all but official. The Mariners are doing well. They one game in first place right now?
Well, doing well is a relative term.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are
Tough
in first
trip.
place.
Okay, the Mariners are in first place.
In the worst division in baseball.
So I guess that's good. Yeah, they're in first place, but they are so incredibly injured that they have not played good baseball for what they should be. They're a team that obviously everyone knows how far they got last year. They have a loaded lineup when healthy. The problem is it has barely, maybe even for like just a game or two, been fully healthy. And I'm not even sure. I'd have to go back and look. I'm not sure how many games J.P. Crawford and Brendan Donovan have played together at the same time. That's your like full opening day lineup. They've barely played together. J.P. Crawford is expected to come off the IL as well. Cal Raleigh. Randy Rosarena missed a couple of games over the weekend.
He has back tonight too,
he
though, right?
should be. He should be back again. All these, so it's a big day news-wise for the Mariners coming up later this afternoon. All these should-bes, and they're dealing with a lot. And they lost. They went on a 10-game road trip. They did not win a single series. That's tough. They lost the opener to the Tigers. They split a 4-game series to the Orioles, where they had won the first 2 games.
Yeah.
And same thing in Detroit. They win the first game.
All right, so
don't lose. Or they win the second game. Don't lose. Have a chance to win the third, and then they don't win against the Nationals.
Let me ask you guys this question. So they're about 10 games from the middle of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously health is not looking good. Give us some hope that they're going to be back in a good position when the time comes when they need to be. Or is it kind of crunch time right now?
Well, this is where people think this is a pretty seismic homestand and starts to a stretch where everyone's getting back. And you haven't really seen a version of Cal Raleigh that you expect. For a number of reasons. A lot of people thought the World Baseball Classic really got him off his schedule. So that was the slump at the start of the year. It's like, all right, well, you attribute that to the WBC, and he was really slow out of the gate. His timing was off. I think there's some truth to that because he did have a stretch right before he got hurt. The final week of April, he hit 5 home runs in 7 games. All right, here's the timing. Everything's back. Everything's clicking. Then he just plummeted. He had an 0 for 38 stretch that coincided with, all right, a couple of days after that, he gets put on the IL for the first time in his career. There was a game in Houston where he has to move to his left, and you see this noticeable wince on his right side, which is crazy from Cal Raleigh because he plays through literally like broken fingers and sprained ligaments. So I don't think we've seen a version of him except for one brief week where he's been the version of what they got last year, or even not the 60 home run version, just the guy who has steadily ascended offensively the past few seasons. So there's that. J.P. Crawford had been hitting really well until he got hit in the hand, and now he's been on the IL, so he's supposed to come back. Randy Rosarena's been solid. You get him back in there. Julio's been solid. And then your lineup has some depth. It has some length to it. And finally, you hope that it all starts to click and kind of play together.
Do you think Cal Raleigh is going to be healthy enough to come back? Obviously, if you hit 5 home runs in the minors, that's nice, but it's not the majors. He's got 7. Does he have 7 home runs so far this season? I imagine that's a little bit slower than he was pacing last year when he had
slower,
a historic year. Are we hopeful that he can get that going again?
Well, you don't need him to hit that pace because it's unrealistic.
I'd like him to.
Right. Well, you've gotten better than expected power production from a couple of guys like Luke Raley and Dom Canzone, who were just kind of bench guys or every other day guys. Not everyday starters. They use them when they're facing right-handed pitching. So a lefty, they don't usually put him in. You don't have to go into the semantics of that. But there has been more power to this lineup than I think expected, where someone like even Colt Emerson, what a revelation he has been.
5.
Their top prospect, maybe 6 maybe now at this
6,
point. Yeah, he hit one over the weekend. He
Yeah.
keeps hitting them. He had a stretch where he hit back-to-back home runs. He's 20 years old.
Yeah.
So you've gotten the unintended benefit of, well, with so many guys injured, he has been up and he is thriving right now. So
Is
you
he
put him
staying
in
out
there.
Has he played himself into a full-time
He's
role?
staying. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you gave him that contract. It was a matter of, all right, when did they bring him up? And when they brought him up, it was probably going to be for good unless something abysmal happened.
Right.
And he's been arguably one of your most valuable offensive weapons
Super
over the
productive,
past 3 to 4 weeks.
Will they soft launch Cal? Will he jump in, day out now from here on going, or do they kind of ease him in?
I think because of Cal Raleigh and because when he is there, he's there. He catches like every single
That's his
day.
ball
You
club.
don't see him catch after night games, then a day game. That would be the only time where he's not catching. So I would expect he's catching. I'm literally checking in real time to see if they put the lineup out yet. I don't think so. I would imagine he is catching today, and then realistically, it's you catch the first 2 games of the series. There's a day game. It's a getaway day on Thursday. Then you have. And another question here, who's the backup catcher? The Mariners are currently carrying 2 other catchers.
Yeah.
So whoever that is, they're going to catch. But Cal Raleigh's going to be in the lineup every single day from here on out.
Can we switch over just for the last couple minutes we have it? Can we switch over to World Cup? Are you following World Cup? Are you interested in soccer at all?
Dismissively, but yeah.
You dismiss it.
No,
You
I'm
say-
following
you
it.
say push.
I'm following it with the...
with all the fervor of somebody who doesn't care.
Yeah. You know what? I care from the standpoint of like, okay, it's a cool competition. I don't need to devote my life to it like I would with the Mariners or the
Sure.
Seahawks or things that we cover on a day-to-day basis.
What percentage of your show is covering World Cup?
I'm surprised we talked about it at all yesterday, and we
okay.
did. Maybe 2 to 3%. It's a tough radio topic.
Well, it's just, as a sports topic in this town, it's a tough topic. As a cultural significance impact of the city, we could talk about it a lot.
You could probably talk about it more
affects
from
many.
like, just like the fan.
It's
the
great to be
fans,
down there and in it.
The traffic and those things.
Those things, yeah. But as a sports radio topic, which, that's what we dive in, the controversies, the lineup questions, all right, because I think, I'm going to speak for a large portion of our fan base, I'm pretty confident they would agree. I think
care.
lineup questions about, all right, where is Cal Raleigh playing?
Yeah.
What happens to J.P. Crawford when he comes back? Is he at third? Is he at short? Everyone cares about that more than
Is Pulisic actually
cool.
healthy enough to
Seattle's
play? Yeah.
hosting a World Cup for the first time ever. It's great for the city, but for us,
It's actually debatable. We talk about this all the time. It's debatable whether it's good for the city.
Oh, I know there are some financials. Did you see the FIFA story that came out in the Athletic about what they require?
What they make, how much they're going to
make you pay for everything, but they take all the profits.
Oh yeah,
Yes. Yeah. And smartly, somebody in LA was like, "What do we get out of this? What are we going to
Chicago,
get out of
Well,
this?"
yeah, even more
said-
smartly, they're like, no, we're not.
Yeah,
Chicago
Yeah.
said no thanks.
Yeah, Vegas did too.
Hey, so
Denver
let me
did.
ask you this: since Seattle is such a soccer stronghold in America, I mean, we are a great soccer town. Are we underestimating the impact of our audience of soccer coming? Of World Cup coming?
I mean, we've talked
No?
about this before. Soccer fans, day in and day out, don't listen to normal sports talk radio because it so rarely delves into that
It's
topic.
their world.
It's their world, and they want to talk soccer, and they want to listen to soccer. So, hey, the beauty of modern media, you have venues to go find that, and you can just listen to that. So we're not going to cater to maybe the 2 fans who do like the rest of our programming to also then work in soccer.
Let me play this for you and get your reaction to this.
He's one of them.
Let me play this for you. This is a fan. He's one of my favorite people now.
I don't know if you've heard this tape yet.
He's from Japan.
Okay.
This was just before Japan played. Was it New Zealand? Who'd they play? Who'd Japan play? It was a
You
big
told
one.
me 20 minutes ago.
I told you 20 minutes
Netherlands,
ago. But I
right?
don't, Netherlands.
See, look at me.
Tied the game.
Don't care
You
about
even
soccer. I
care.
know the matchups.
Well, you're in sports. You should know this stuff. And they interviewed him. He doesn't speak any
Yeah.
English, and the interviewer doesn't speak any Japanese.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, how you doing?
My name is.
Okay.
Yeah, my name is Hirochika Nakakuki.
Oh, wow.
It's live?
Okay.
It's live?
Yes, it's live. baby.
Yeah.
Yes. How
Yeah.
excited are you?
Yeah.
You were so excited, right? Japan, right?
Excuse me.
Okay.
I cannot speak English, but I'm excited!
Yeah, baby!
That's incredible. That's better than if we were to go to Japan and try to do an interview
100%.
in Japanese.
100%. I could give you some
He spoke
lines from
better
the
English
song.
than she did.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I would say that's a better interview than you get with those man on the street things where after, like the Knicks won the NBA title,
Yeah.
everyone's out there. You're trying to interview people. That always goes disastrously.
Yeah.
cringeworthy for the people having to do it, kind of entertaining if you're a viewer, because you're getting all these people in their different states of mind, so who knows what you're going to get. That was a pretty solid
delightful.
interview.
Delightful.
Yes, it's a feel-good
And she keeps asking him questions.
She keeps asking questions.
After he said, I don't speak English.
We got to wrap it up. We're out of time. We do have a lot more coming up on the other half of the break, but Mike, thanks for joining us.
Thanks,
we appreciate
guys.
it. That's Mike
It's fun.
Lefko from 710 Seattle Sports. Stick around. When we come back, Spike, what are we talking about?
Well, the fate of nude sunbathing in Seattle is in the hands of one man.
In the hands of one man.
Like the way I phrased that?
Yes. Yeah. Let me see those hands.
Hope he washed them.
All right. We'll be right back. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
KIRO News Radio, winner of 7 regional Edward R. Murrow Awards. Breaking news coverage, best newscast, excellence in writing, investigative reporting, sports reporting, hard news. Capped with a prestigious prize for overall excellence. And we thank you, our audience across the Pacific Northwest. You are the reason we strive to be the Northwest's trusted news source. KIRO News Radio. 97.3 FM.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. Summer means that I got a laundry list of exterior home improvement projects I have to tackle. Very little time to do it. Fortunately, the team in the red van has me covered. Of course, I'm talking about Valentine Roofing, the pros that keep me off extension ladders and precarious positions. If your summer home improvement list has a new roof, siding, maybe a gutter upgrade, you owe it to your home to give Valentine Roofing a call. They've once again been awarded the best in the Pacific Northwest for roofing by the Seattle Times in 2025. And it comes down to 2 things. They have the best product, which is backed by a lifetime warranty. And they have exceptional customer service, which they call the Valentine Experience. Seamless communication, meticulous cleanup, and extra mile service. Right now, qualified homeowners can take advantage of $0 down and 0% financing with 6 months deferred interest when paid in full within the promotional period. Financing subject to approved credit. Call 206 Roofing to schedule your free estimate today. That's 206 Roofing. And remember, when you see the red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands.
Honey, did you invite the minions over?
Hello. Well, you know how we talked about getting Wi-Fi from Xfinity?
Yeah.
I ordered it this morning, was online in minutes, then they showed up.
So they just came over to use the Wi-Fi?
They even brought their own devices and spell book.
You didn't give them the new Wi-Fi password, right?
No.
That's good.
I gave them our old one. Because Xfinity lets us keep the same network name and password so devices connect instantly.
What do they want Wi-Fi for anyways?
Better not to know. Plausible deniability.
Get streaming or scheming instantly with same-day Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Plus, lock in one price for the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi for 5 years. Guaranteed. And see Minions and Monsters only in theaters. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
I just can't dig it.
Dig what?
My water line.
Needs replacing?
And I don't want digging in my yard.
And maybe your driveway.
Can't dig it.
Don't dig it.
But how do you?
Apollo Plumbing replaces water lines without digging up your yard.
You're Dan.
From the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Apollo Plumbing.
Our trenchless technology replaces water and sewer lines.
Without digging up my yard?
2 little holes is all it takes.
Sounds better.
Faster, too.
And my yard?
Like we were never there.
Sounds spendy.
Not so much.
Oh?
In the end, about the same as that messy digging you don't want.
How do you figure?
Think about that landscaping you love.
Yeah?
Trenchless means you won't be paying to replace it.
Or my driveway.
We run everything underground.
Trenchless?
Do them all the time.
How about...
Easy payments?
Yeah.
With approved credit. Sure thing.
When can you get started?
We are the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Love that.
Apollo Plumbing, trenchless waterline replacement.
Sewer lines, too.
Can you dig that?
That I can.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Guys, want long-term health you can count on? It starts with knowing your numbers. This June, for Men's Health Month, Revive Seattle is offering a free comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value, including testosterone, blood sugar, heart health, and more. Take control of your health today and stay strong for the long haul. Offer ends June 30th. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today.
Spring is a season homeowners start improving their homes. Hi, Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. If your home needs roofing, siding, new windows, gutters, or decking, our team can take care of it all. For a limited time, save up to $3,000 on a new roof, siding, deck, or windows project. Planning multiple upgrades? Combine your projects and save even more. Or with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest up to 24 months. You can start your project now and pay later. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
Hey, it's Jason Rantz. If your air conditioner is barely hanging on, CM Heating has one of the best offers I've heard this summer. Right now, you can get any size high-efficiency AC system for just $179.99 a month with 0 upfront costs. And here's the game changer. CM Heating's Comfort as a Service program includes lifetime repairs, annual maintenance, and even filters at no additional charge ever. Go to cmheating.com and schedule your free estimate online today.
License number CMHEAHL 751LW.
Tune in to The Money Professor with Chris Longworth.
Having some certainty about your plan is definitely going to give you all the advantages.
Chris has the heart of an educator.
If you really want to do this correctly, then you get to enjoy every day of retirement like it's a Saturday. And if you don't, it's a Monday for the rest of your life.
Tune in to The Money Professor with Chris Longworth, Saturdays at 8 a.m. right here on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Best Mortgage is proud to be the longest-running mortgage company on KIRO Radio. For 34 years, they've been giving honest advice you can trust as your VA loan and reverse mortgage experts and debt consolidation specialists, too. Just web search Best Mortgage.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. The FBI is piecing together what led to a shooting involving a U.S. Border Patrol agent in Blaine. Happened early this morning in a residential area close to the Canadian border. U.S. Attorney Neil Floyd tells the Jason Ranch Show on Seattle Red the suspect was shot, injured, and taken to the hospital.
That this guy was not unknown to law enforcement. He has a criminal history that would certainly give any officer some concern.
Now, Customs and Border Patrol says a firearm was recovered at this scene. No agents were hurt. FBI calls this an isolated incident. For the closing bell report now, oil prices dropping again thanks to optimism over the U.S.-Iran deal. The price of oil down about 4%, roughly $77 a barrel. That's the lowest since early March, but don't expect pre-war prices at the pump anytime soon. Gas Buddies Patrick DeHaan tells Seattle's Morning News there is still a massive backlog in oil supply.
We have never seen prices go up for such amount of sustained time. Well over a month, prices were going up almost every day. So that is going to take probably a year to unwind all of those impacts. And that's if this deal gets signed.
AAA says the average price for a gallon of regular in the Seattle area sits at about $5.77. That's $1.18 higher than a year ago. SpaceX has rocketed past Amazon in market value. At its peak today, SpaceX was worth about $2.9 trillion. Amazon's valued at about $2.6 trillion. Elon Musk's company now among the 5 most valuable in the world. Shares of SpaceX trading at $202 at the closing bell, up 40% from its IPO on Friday. And in honor of America's 250th, McDonald's says it's bringing back its fried apple pies for the first time in 3 decades. On Wall Street today, stocks end of the day mixed. Dow added 330 points, closing at another record high. NASDAQ lost 307, S&P down 43 points. To the real-time traffic desk now, we check in with Nate Connors.
Thank you, Aaron. Let's start you heading into Seattle. South 5, we're pretty heavy in Northgate all the way through the U District. You'll catch a little break, and then just a little more crowding right through the heart of downtown. Linwood to Seattle, you're just under 25 minutes. North 5 is crowded just before the West Seattle Bridge in the downtown. South 405, we're stop and go now from I-90 all the way down to 30th there in Renton. Bellevue to Renton, just under a 20-minute commute. North 405 jams up at Sunset Boulevard. We may have a new blocking issue there. You're packed through the S-curves. And on the water, the Clinton Ferry Terminal reporting a 90-minute wait for drivers. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
And to your forecast now, we are back down to the 70s for the rest of the week under mostly sunny skies. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
right, welcome back to the show. We got a lot to talk about before we get into. I mean, I was going to say before we get to the serious stuff, but it's just a topic. It's a nude beach story, which we'll discuss in a second. I wouldn't say it's the most serious thing in the world.
No.
In the news break, you missed this, Spike, because you were out collecting a tasty treat. I can see that looks very nice, and it'd be very nice if you offered me half of that.
You can, by all means.
Can I?
Of course.
Really?
Buddy, of course.
Should we take a bite to get... No, just kidding. We're not going to bite at the same time.
Like play Lady in the Tramp music? Bella notte.
It does look really good.
Yeah.
But this is related to that. McDonald's is bringing back... Aaron, tell Spike the good news. I'm very excited about
for the
this.
first time in more than 3 decades, McDonald's, in honor of America's 250th birthday, bringing back its fried apple pie.
Hot dog!
Apple pie, Jake.
Apple pie. Sorry, apple pie.
They found a box 30 years ago. Limited time only.
It keeps.
It keeps.
That's so funny.
That stuff, wait a minute.
I was so excited.
They haven't had the hot apple pies in...
No, they've probably been baked or something. What's the difference?
That's a good
Because
question.
they have had apple pies.
I know. I've always
We should have done some more digging.
You know, I read the headline and I put it in the
I'm gonna
closing
do
book
some
because I
digging.
liked it.
That stuff is... Wait a minute. First off, who hasn't been scarred by a hot apple pie at McDonald's? And because they heat that stuff up to the surface of the sun is the temperature they send those things out. Because they know when they put it in the bag and put it through in your car and your through window.
It was baked.
It was baked.
It was
Okay,
baked.
yeah.
Fried apple pie.
Not interested.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not interested.
They drop in the deep
pie.
fryer, baby. Yeah.
We were just talking earlier because Washington State is not attending the America's... what is it called again? There's a lot of words.
American State Fair.
Great
The Great
American
State
Fair.
Fair.
All right.
State Fair.
Great American State Fair.
The reason you don't know is because we're not sending a delegation. It hasn't been promoted in Washington.
Washington has a golden opportunity. They could be going and frying apple pies, like full-size apple pies. What a giant missed opportunity because there's stupid politics. They got to make... Why do they make everything political? Why can't they just be cool? They're such dorks.
If I may offer the other side of the coin, there was already a semi-quincentennial committee that was planning 250th anniversary celebrations across the country. The president decided to start his own parallel organization, Freedom 250, and that's who's taken over.
What's the main one? Was Washington going to go to the other one?
Well, the other one never got off the ground. There are smaller celebrations.
Okay, well, who cares? I'm saying whoever.
He started.
I don't care.
I guess what I'm saying is he started it with the politicization. God, that word's hard.
But the point is, they're being big dorks and babies because
put it behind you and celebrate the birthday.
Be a grown-up.
Yes.
Show up at the birthday party.
I'm with you.
You big babies.
You're missing a golden deep-fried opportunity.
A deep-fried golden apple, golden granny apple. Is there a golden apple?
There's a golden delicious. Yeah.
They're missing a golden delicious opportunity to go to American State Fair.
They're being crab apples. That's what they're being.
You're very good at this. You're very good at wordplay.
I love to write.
You're very good. I'm not going to take a bite of this. I want you to eat that. I'm not going to.
Are you sure?
No, I've had extra pizza.
That's rhubarb.
I had so much pizza that I literally had to change my shirt in the middle of the show. So yes, I don't need to. I know. I had so much grease on me from my eating of fat foods. All right.
See, but you care enough to change me. I just go through the rest of the show.
You know what I could do?
We put a warning label across the bottom of the YouTube feed.
I could just be naked, like at Denny Blaine Park.
Topless. They're doing the show topless in solidarity. Good for you, buddy.
Is it just topless? You're not allowed to go?
No, it's
full-on nudity over there.
Nudity, yeah.
Okay, so there's a judge now. Judge Samuel Chung is going to be pending. He has a ruling that's pending.
Yeah.
That will be a final decision.
Final arguments were made at the end of last week from both sides.
You have two sides. Give the audience just a primer who hasn't been paying attention to this. Because most people don't go to Denny Blaine Park.
Yeah.
Most people don't live in Seattle. Most people are not comfortable going and being naked with strangers who are touching themselves. So tell the audience about what's happening at Denny Blaine Park.
So this traditionally topless beach, the only one in Seattle, has been traditionally a haven for the LGBTQ plus community at Denny Blaine Park. It's been a common meeting spot for the gay community.
But the problem is they're meeting up and they're doing nasty stuff.
You're moving down the story.
Nobody cares about the naked.
Well, that was originally the thought, was that nobody cared about the naked, but the naked became lewd criminal behavior.
Yeah.
And what it really came down to was that a very well-to-do neighbor just adjacent to the park, and I don't blame them for not wanting to have the drug use, the lewd sexual activities that were going on at this park.
Yeah.
So they sued to have the park closed. The Friends of Denny Blaine, there are two different organizations that are competing for this. They both made their cases. The city tried to compensate, or was what's the word I'm looking for? It's not
compromise.
They find it, trying to compromise by putting up a nudes-only section, a clothing section up top, some privacy fencing was put in place.
Privacy fencing so that people could do illegal things behind the fence.
So they could bathe, so they could nude bathe was the intent.
Unfortunately,
exactly. They didn't police the area to stop the lewd criminal behavior.
Yeah, of course.
And you're right. It's not about the nudity. It's about the lewd and criminal behavior.
Even the people who are suing the city say, we don't care about the nudity. The nudity is not the problem. The problem is that people are having sex and people are doing illegal things out in the open, which are violations of the law, and they should not be doing. Yeah. And it's indecent exposure when it's done for the intent that, to affront somebody else, which is what's happening. And so they're saying, unless you can figure out how to police it, then you just can't have anything, which I think is actually a really fair stance. If the city's saying, we're just going to put up a privacy fence, and then as people who are near the park are claiming, the problem has actually gotten worse since they put up these, they call them abatement fences?
Abatement fencing, yeah. They created an abatement zone by putting up privacy fencing.
Okay.
And what they're saying is people now are getting lewder than ever.
Lewder, yeah. Well, because they feel empowered because the city has basically just stepped in and said, hey, here's a privacy screening. Now you don't have to even worry about being seen by the people outside the park. You can just whatever goes on, do as much of it. That's what people are kind of taking it for. And so now this judge is going to make a decision.
He's going to decide whether or not to let the abatement procedures stand, or whether he's going to ban nudity at the park completely.
I think unless they can get a handle on the indecent exposure, unless they can stop people from doing bad things, I don't care what traditional anything about the park. That makes no difference to me. If you can't protect people from indecent exposure and lewd acts, then it's got to go away.
Yeah.
Then you've ruined it for everyone, and they should be mad at those people and not at the neighbors.
Agreed. I'm with you 100%. And the people who want the park and the gay LGBTQ plus community who wants the park, then you take a hand in making sure that these people aren't welcome. These people, these criminals and these drug users, make them feel unwelcome.
Yeah.
Don't call the city. Take it in your. You put up barricades, it works up in North Seattle.
Yes.
Mike Dunn of Dunn Lumber's putting up an anti-solicitation banner.
Anti-sex trafficking.
Right.
Yes.
You know what?
If the city's not doing something.
If you're a friend of Denny Blaine, you wouldn't want this stuff in your park either.
Of course.
Yeah.
If the point is to go and be nude, that's one thing. If the point is to go and do illegal things because maybe you're a voyeuristic or maybe you're an exhibitionist and you get a thrill out of doing stuff in front of people, then you should not be at that park.
And the people who do love and use the park shouldn't want you there either.
They shouldn't want them there. This is the attorney representing the city. This is what he has to say. Joseph Groshong, an attorney. I'm going to read from the Seattle Times piece. Representing the city and its park department said that the plaintiffs had not. Now he's arguing against the neighbors who are saying, guys, horrible things are happening. Please stop this. He's arguing against them on behalf of the city, which I find confusing. Representing the city and its parks department says the plaintiffs had not proven nudity causes lewd conduct, drug use, or vandalism. I would say there's many, many, many videos of this happening. So you don't have to prove that it's happening because it's already been shown to be happening. And he's setting up a false thing there.
No, he's saying the nudity doesn't cause that. That's the argument for the people, the residents.
Nobody's making that argument. Nobody's saying nudity is causing this. They're saying lewd acts are happening here that you're not arresting people for because of whatever community it's happening inside of.
Right.
And if you're not willing to police that community, if they're doing these bad things.
So his argument is don't make nudity illegal because nudity is not the problem, is what he's arguing, right?
Well, nudity is not illegal. You can be nude at this park. It's been nude for a long time
that's
there.
What the judge is deciding.
Well, maybe it should be illegal if they can't stop it from happening.
Yeah.
Maybe they should shut the whole park down.
Get a hand on the problem.
Get a handle on the problem. Don't be obscene. It seems really easy to me.
It really does.
It's so simple. Take away the barriers, which we all laughed at when they put them up.
Sure.
We all laughed at the barriers because they're going to have the exact opposite effect.
And they're destroying the beauty, the aesthetic of the park.
Of course.
The view of the lake.
Now, unfortunately, they're also blocking, or fortunately, I guess, they're also blocking the lewd acts that are happening down there. So maybe in some small way, they were a benefit, and maybe that's what they were intended for in the beginning. Whatever. You should not be doing lewd acts at these parks. And everyone should be against
criminal behavior,
Criminal
drug
behavior.
use, public drug use,
Yeah,
public sex
100%.
acts. Come on.
Isn't it nice that we can all agree on this one?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a good one. I like
Put
the
your shirt back on.
You know what? I will. For the audience's sake, I will.
Solidarity.
All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We will be right back.
KIRO News Radio, winner of 7 regional Edward R. Murrow Awards. Breaking news coverage, best newscast, excellence in writing, investigative reporting, sports reporting, hard news. Capped with a prestigious prize for overall excellence. And we thank you, our audience across the Pacific Northwest. You are the reason we strive to be the Northwest's trusted news source. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Hey, Spike O'Neill for Ageless Living. I told you about my aunt's recent surgery and the fact that she was home the next day, and we as a family didn't feel we were equipped or knowledgeable enough to take care of her the way she deserved. So we called Ageless Living and asked about respite care. Respite care is a short-term stay at Ageless Living, whether it's 2 days or 2 weeks, whatever your family needs. Your family member gets 24/7 expert care, all the Ageless Living amenities, and peace of mind for everybody involved. It's a great chance to see what Ageless Living has to offer. Go to agelessliving.com/spike and schedule a visit today. That's agelessliving.com/spike.
Healthcare costs are rising, and a major driver is hospital prices. They've increased more than 250% over the past 25 years. Families and local businesses are feeling it. At Primera Blue Cross, we're working to change that by negotiating with hospitals to secure fair, responsible prices so you can get the care you need at a cost you can afford. That's coverage that counts. Learn more at coveragethatcounts.primera.com.
Hey, John, why don't you tell everybody why you started going to Longevity Medical Clinic?
No, I don't want to do that. I can tell you, I started going to Longevity Medical Clinic before I started doing these commercials, but that why I went is not important.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Okay. I'll tell you. I was a Sammamish City Council member, and whenever they had asked me to do the Pledge of Allegiance, I couldn't make it through the whole thing without crying. I know, it's so dumb. I mean, I know I'm patriotic, but what the heck? So I go into Longevity Medical Clinic, and I explained this to them, that there's something wrong with my hormones or something, and they see the testosterone and the estrogen are all out of balance. We balance all that stuff, and I can do the Pledge of Allegiance without crying. But I've also noticed that I deal with stress a lot better, don't I?
Yes, you're a lot easier to live with because you're getting more sleep, you have more energy, you're better organized, and I'm not helping you look for your car keys every morning.
Right, because now I've taken the steps to take care of my mind and body. I strongly recommend anybody get the free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online, and it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
How does your roof look after this winter? Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. Spring into action today. Save $3,000 on a new roof, siding, deck, or windows. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You deserve a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Switch today. Get started for $60 a month for 12 months when you add an advanced solution to a qualifying internet package. Limited time offer. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and autopay with bank account required. Taxes and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Hey, how's your money situation? Are you ready for retirement? Well, if you want to know what the pros are doing to make wealth multiply, and retire like royalty? Then you need to listen to this show, Sound Path Through Retirement, with Ben Koval and Matt Leibarger. Get your money right and tune in every weekend, Saturdays at 10 a.m. and noon on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Giving your liver a spring cleaning is easy with Active Liver. From New Nordic, search for Active Liver by New Nordic on Amazon, CVS, Wegmans, or GNC.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's cars with a K.
Golden Crest Metals helps investors understand how physical gold and silver can be held inside qualified retirement accounts without pressure or confusion. Our team brings decades of experience in precious metals and retirement planning with a focus on clear education, straightforward pricing, and a process designed to put clients first. Why do investors choose Golden Crest Metals? Experience, transparency, and a client-first approach. Tune into The Gold Show with Kenny Michaels every Saturday at 1 p.m.
All right, welcome back to the show. I saw this interview. The algorithms remind me anytime there's anything to do with The Office because I think they listen to the show and they know that I like to play drops from The Office.
Sure.
One of my favorites is anytime that Michael is very upset about something or anytime we're very upset about something, there's a clip of Michael screaming no when he finds out that Toby is back in the office. And it's very effective. You could do any topic that you want. You could be like, hey, did you guys hear that Bob Ferguson is wants to come to your house and say hi for the weekend?
No, God! No, God, please, no!
Which applies to anything. Could be funny. Yeah, Washington State has decided they're dropping out of the Great American State Fair because of politics and yada, yada, yada.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
There we go.
No!
Jamie Peterson has said that he wants to say hi.
No, God!
It applies.
How about
No, God!
$450,000 for public toilets for the World Cup.
No, God!
Oh, it's great.
No, God,
Isn't it
please,
great?
no!
You didn't hear anything.
No! No!
All right. So, Rainn Wilson, so stupid. Rainn Wilson.
Jake's never seen.
Oh, yeah. Dang it. I put it away. I put it away.
Jake's never seen Married with Children.
Let me pull it up. Wait, save that. Save that. Say it again. All right.
I said Jake's never seen Married with Children.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
All right. Rainn Wilson, who plays Dwight from The Office, great character, just one of the best TV characters of all time.
I was going to say, of all the characters on The Office, and there are many brilliant characters, well developed. Dwight's it, man.
What's so great about Dwight is he is a human cartoon. No human being is like that in real life, but it's just enough of a real interpretation of people who can have some of those tendencies, but to have all of those in one person.
He's an amalgamation of every horrible coworker you've ever had.
Yes.
Just as Michael is the embodiment of every cruddy boss who Peter principled his way up through the ranks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. So
how is this guy in charge?
That's the whole premise and brilliant part of that show.
Yes, absolutely.
Did you watch the original?
The British version? Ricky Gervais, yeah.
Yeah, you've seen that. Mike, you've seen that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all right. It's a little dry for my taste.
What is this guy doing?
He's an American. What are you going to do?
What is he doing?
Culture, my friend.
You don't understand.
Look it up.
You don't understand the UK like Spike and I do.
It's a more intelligent humor.
It is a beautiful show.
It's a beautiful show.
Here's the cool thing. I forced my wife to watch it because she had no interest in it. She's just like you, Mike. She's like, this is really boring and nobody's that attractive. And she only likes watching TV shows with pretty people.
That's what we do.
Same.
That's what we do.
It is true.
We take a great show and we get better looking people.
Well, that's what
America's all.
That's what America's about.
I've seen those teeth. Yeah.
You look at everyone from Great Britain and you look at everybody from America, pound for pound. No offense to everybody from the UK.
They got a few exceptions.
They've got some Elizabeth Hurleys. I'm not going to take anything away from them.
Come out of the mix, but as a population, woo,
not great.
Oi.
Yeah.
Oi.
And as an American
Why
population,
the beer's so strong?
We're pretty good at a lot of things.
Good-looking people.
We got some good-looking people here. We got a lot of duds as well.
Yeah, of course.
But the show The Office is so brilliant and has gone on. There's one in almost every country now. I mean, they've syndicated that show.
Really?
They have a version in almost every country. But the American version is quite a bit different than the British version in its sensibilities and stuff.
I can imagine the Irish version. Noon, 1 o'clock, everybody's sleeping on their desk. Everybody's sleeping. The second half of the show, sleeping on their desk. Last 12 minutes of the show.
The Irish version is just them fighting and yelling at each other. All right,
potatoes.
You ever see the Family Guy with the history of Ireland before they invented liquor? No. Oh my God! Do yourself a favor and Google that. Just do that.
Is it the Jetsons?
No, yes, they're all in labs. And hey, look what Seamus O'Shaughnessy has written under his desk. It's called whiskey. And next, they're brawling and fighting and throwing
potato
bottles.
famine.
It's great.
That's funny.
It's so
That's
great.
very funny. But we love the Irish. I'm Irish, so I can laugh at it.
You can.
And you can too.
I have to.
All right. Rainn Wilson talking about could The Office be made today? That's the whole point of this whole segment, guys. We've really wasted a lot of time.
No, it's a sad state of our culture.
Yes.
Is that we can't take a joke anymore.
Nobody can take a joke. All right. Here's Rainn Wilson talking about it.
I do feel like you couldn't make The Office today. I think that would be too hard to be as politically incorrect as the show was. I think there has been a bias in the media towards more what we call liberal policies. They're willing to overlook the Plattner Nazi tattoo, but if it was someone from the other side that had a tattoo that was questionable, they would be all over MSNBC about it. So it's the hypocrisy that gets me the most. It's the hypocrisy of both sides need to have kind of equal standards of behavior.
That's funny. I hadn't heard that second half of the cut. I didn't know they got into the
He
political part
went down that rabbit hole, didn't he?
You know what though? But here's the thing. I don't think he's wrong, but that's a different conversation. But the validity of the statement, could they make The Office today? Do you think they could, Spike, or do you agree with him that it's too politically incorrect?
It's too politically incorrect, but is that respectful and representative of the standard of culture the country has evolved to? I mean, 20 seconds ago I said America can't take a joke anymore.
Yeah.
But I think there's been a level of, hey, you know what? That joke offends a lot of people, and maybe we shouldn't make it anymore.
I disagree.
Is that just too woke?
Yes. I don't think we should be aiming at not offending anybody, because that's just, if you go back and look at comedy throughout time,
building soft.
Well, you
people,
are building
man.
softies, but also there needs to be. I really do feel like what comedy's so great at is maybe you highlight something that makes people uncomfortable, or maybe there's a tiny little grain of truth. We need to be able to laugh at things that make us uncomfortable. Otherwise, everything just becomes untouchable, and then you do not want to live in that society.
No, you're right.
Absolutely, you don't want to live in that
we
society.
We talked about Married with Children.
Yeah.
A couple breaks ago. Couldn't make that today. You probably could make All in the Family today.
Here's
What an important show that was.
But you could make it someplace, because have you ever watched some of the Netflix comedies?
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
You watched Tires. Have you ever watched Tires?
Oh, that's great.
It's a great show. Super inappropriate.
Yeah.
But it's still really funny, and you watch it and you go like, yeah, obviously that's something stupid to say, but it is funny, but whatever. All right, we got a lot more coming up. 2 o'clock is going to be a lot of fun, I promise. Stick around. We're going to be right back.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Hey, when was the last time you inspected your crawl space or your attic? What's the last time you went in there just to see what kind of shape they're in? Oh, never? Yeah, same. I don't want to go in there. Most homeowners completely avoid those areas, but it is important to check on them regularly. It's why you call Crawl Pros. They'll come out and go where you don't want to. Hey, it's Mike Salk here. And yes, when Crawl Pros came out to my place, they realized we had a little problem with our insulation. So they've set about fixing it, and they did a great job. But if you've got the same problem, they'll also look to see what kind of energy rebates are available. Right now, local utility companies are incentivizing homeowners to make their home more energy efficient with proper insulation. And some homes qualify for several $1,000s in savings with these utility rebate programs. So don't just assume your crawl space and attic are in great condition. Do what I did. Call Crawl Pros today and schedule a free corner-to-corner inspection and find out if you've got water intrusion, mold, rodent issues, or even damaged insulation. Schedule your crawl space and attic inspection at crawlpros.com.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Carrie injured her back years ago. This is her story.
My herniated disc was so significant that they did the first surgery, the laminectomy and a microdiscectomy. The first surgery failed, and I ended up with another herniated disc, which is pretty typical that herniations just move up your spine. The doctor was recommending another fusion surgery, so I researched alternative therapies. Sound Pain Solutions developed a plan that included bioelectric therapy, laser therapy, decompression, pressure wave therapy, in addition to rehab. Once we started that comprehensive approach, it went phenomenally. They honestly have given me my life back, and I'm happy to help other patients find sound pain solutions sooner.
Schedule a free consultation to learn if you qualify for our non-surgical and drug-free treatments at soundpainsolutions.com.
Tune in to elevate your wealth. If you're 5 to 10 years from retirement, you do not have the time to deal with a market downturn. With Mark Stimson and Casey Elkins.
It's important that you know what the rules are, because if you don't, you can make some tremendous decisions that could adversely affect you, and you may not be able to go back and fix them.
Tune in to Elevate Your Wealth, Saturdays at 11 a.m., right here on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Your best source for local news, KIRO Newsradio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franz, and at least 5 people have been arrested in what federal authorities say was a foiled plot to attack the UFC matches at the White House last weekend. More from ABC's Pierre Thomas.
Sources telling ABC News that on Monday, 5 people were detained in connection with the alleged plot, with as many as 23 people allegedly involved. According to sources, suspects allegedly plan to use explosive-laden drones, which would be designed to hit buildings to spur a mass evacuation.
The war between the U.S. and Iran remained front and center at the G7 summit. President Trump says Iran will finalize a memo of understanding to extend a ceasefire by 2 months and renew nuclear talks and open the Strait of Hormuz. Severe storms targeting central Texas, with Houston facing more flash flooding today. And in California, dry and hot conditions are the concern after a new wildfire broke out in Riverside County. Fire crews battling the blaze and say it's 25% contained so far. This is ABC News. California Governor Gavin Newsom says he's being targeted by the Justice Department, saying he and his wife are the latest political enemies of President Trump to be investigated. Newsom says his office now requesting all public information referencing himself and his wife in DOJ documents. Here's ABC's Alex Mallon.
We've seen him issue statements. His office held a background call with reporters to dispute various legal theories that they say are being cooked up by this DOJ to pursue him and his wife. Now, we understand through sources here at the Justice Department that prosecutors in the Eastern District of California are examining Newsom's wife's taxes related to a nonprofit that she was involved with previously. And basically, there's no indication that they are at an imminent indictment of him or his wife. It's really unclear where this stands.
In Southern California, fire crews battling a wildfire in Riverside County during a week of triple-digit temperatures. The Shore Fire has charred at least 2,600 acres so far. Michelle Franz, ABC News.
Coming up, very latest on a shooting involving a border agent in Blaine. It's after Nate Connors at the traffic desk.
Thank you, Aaron. Your Seattle Mariners have the update. If you're traveling the full length of 405, it's a 45-minute commute southbound between Alderwood and South Center. You're all clear until you get into Bellevue, and then from there, you're crowded down to the Renton Landing. North 405, just under 40 minutes from South Center to Alderwood. It gets crowded in South Center, pretty thick through the S-curves, and then in the north end, there's just a little slowing between Bothell and Canyon Park. Now, South 5 into Seattle. Seattle. We're slow from Northgate to I-90, 25-minute trip from Linwood in the downtown. North 5, you're going to slow from the Michigan Curve now up to the Columbia Tower. In Spanaway, a reminder, we have long-term construction underway on State Route 507 near the Roy Y, and traffic alternates through the scene. You got about a 1-mile bumper-to-bumper backup southbound right now. Don't miss fireworks nights all summer long, presented by T-Mobile. The next show is June 19th. Get your tickets at mariners.com/fireworks. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. A shooting in Blaine involving a border agent injured one person this morning. Customs and Border Patrol says a firearm was recovered from the scene. KIRO 7 TV's Jason Sloss is there.
Border authorities were involved in a shooting in this residential area around 5:30 this morning. We're at B and 4th Streets. I just talked with a couple of people in the neighborhood who say they heard 3 gunshots, and soon after that, cars and flashing lights came into the neighborhood. We're waiting for more information from the FBI, which has taken over the investigation.
No border agents were hurt. Police say there is no threat to the public. Suspect still on the run after a 6-year-old from Linwood was kidnapped and later found this morning. KIRO 7 TV's Dee Sun has more.
Snohomish County deputies say 6-year-old Eliab Carreno was taken by the suspect, identified as Davy Donato. And they say he is the ex-boyfriend of the boy's mom. She says he assaulted her and then drove off with Carreno still in the car. She's expected to be okay. Then at 5:30 this morning, deputies say a family friend found Carreno in their front yard in Shoreline. He is not hurt and is now back with his mother.
Posted a photo of that suspect and a description of his vehicle on mynorthwest.com. Pierce County investigators say a Lakewood man lucky to be alive after a powerful explosion involving homemade fireworks inside a detached shed. Sheriff's Deputy Carly Capetto.
He had told our investigators that he was mixing a compound of black powder in a blender, and as soon as he turned the blender on, it immediately caused an explosion.
47-year-old has very serious injuries. Capetto says the man could face charges once he's recovered. Bomb squad recovered 37 homemade explosive devices. And a stolen dog is now back home with his family in Kirkland. Police say the 14-year-old Shiba Inu named Parker was taken from outside a QFC more than a week ago on June 7th. Police say community supports played a key role in getting him back. Detectives are still searching for the suspects involved. To your forecast now, a nice cool-off for this afternoon. Pleasant weather, highs in the mid-70s, and sunny skies. Right now, 71 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour to go. Lots of stuff to get to. In just about 30 minutes, we're going to talk with Frank Lindsay. He is the news director here at KIRO Radio. He's going to give us some updates on that B-52 crash in California. Some finer point details and how long the investigation is going to take, all of that. We have a lot of stuff to talk about as far as World Cup goes. I know people aren't super interested in the soccer part of World Cup, but I do think that we solve a lot of problems on this show. Okay?
Well, we come up with, I think, common sense solutions.
Yes.
That somehow evade our elected officials.
Well, listen, it's lowest common denominator, people who run for political office. So
yeah, they say if you can't do, just run.
That's what they
for
say.
Office.
Absolutely. So what you and I do is, because we are common men, we come up with common solutions that everybody, I think, could get behind. Now, I have actually solved the problem that they have. So the marketing behind World Cup, I think, is a bad one because they're focusing a little too much on the soccer, or football, as people call it in other countries.
Okay.
What they should be focusing on is the insane fans, which actually are more fun to watch.
Yeah, okay.
Soccer's great, but like a big game yesterday that people were just absolutely loving was a 0-0 tie in Spain and, did we say it was Cabo Verde or Cape Verde?
Cabo Verde.
Cabo Verde. Cabo Verde.
Yeah.
One of the two. Anyway, it was a 0-0 tie. Everyone was excited about that because obviously Spain's favored and they should have won that game.
Yeah, it was a tremendous showing by the.
But the more fun thing that people are able to do now is to watch all these crazy fans as they come into town. So I have another crazy fan story for you. And earlier we talked about this Japanese fan who was being interviewed on a local station there in Dallas. He doesn't speak any English. She clearly doesn't speak any Japanese, and yet still we get this interview.
Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Okay, how you feeling?
My name is.
Okay.
Yeah, my name is Hirochika Nakakuki.
Oh wow.
It's live.
Okay.
It's live.
Yes, it's live. Baby.
Yeah.
Yes. How
Yeah.
excited are you?
Yeah.
You were so excited, right? Japan, right?
Excuse me.
Okay.
I cannot speak English, but I'm excited.
I love it. Yeah, baby.
He's fantastic. Yeah.
I cannot help but wonder, is he faking it and just punking this poor reporter to no end?
That's my instinct too.
Is it really?
Yes. I thought
his
this
name
guy,
is Nacho Cookie. Really?
Yeah.
That's his name.
Hirochika Nacho Cookie.
Nacho Cookie.
Yeah.
Sorry, hun.
I feel like he might be faking it. Let's listen to 10 more seconds of it, and then we can decide. Is he faking it? Is he just messing with her? I think it's a very real possibility.
Hey, let's go!
Japan,
baby! Look, it's lit. It's lit. Okay, what are we looking at? Oh my gosh, can you tell me what this is? We're looking at his back.
Japanese. Toyama. Okay? Toyama's message. いっぱい集めてる. Yes, collection.
Amen.
Message collections. Toyama's message collections.
I love it.
Okay?
I love the energy.
Yes.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
He's promoting
You got any
business
predictions?
message
You got
corrections. Promoting a local business. He probably went on Polymarket and wagered a prediction that he could get this woman over, get on the news.
Perfect segue. Here's a Polymarket update that I just got.
Okay.
Just in, Boston. I'm going to read you the headline. You tell me if this is surprising to you at all. Just in, Boston bars are reportedly running out of beer as Scottish World Cup fans drink the city dry, with one bar saying that we tripled St. Patrick's Day sales.
Oh, I love this.
They're called the Tartan Army,
Yeah.
the Scottish
Yeah,
fans who are in town for the game.
Yep.
They all wear kilts.
Yeah.
They got a bunch of bagpipes.
Oh, they're the greatest.
And they drink a lot of alcohol, apparently.
Did you see? You got any tape of them?
I don't have any Tartan Army tape.
Did you
Mike,
hear,
can you pull some Tartan Army tape?
Get him singing at Foxborough before the match. The entirety of the crowd singing "You Take the High Road" to Loch Lomond, right? You take the high road now, and the whole place is
just
singing
going crazy,
top of their lungs,
because they're great fans.
Because they're great fans. The day before they went to Fenway because they'd never been to an American baseball game. This traveling Scottish soccer fan base,
sure,
they take over Fenway Park and they're singing in the stands. They play music between the innings when the TV commercials are going.
Yeah,
they come back and the announcers are trying to play the game, and these guys won't stop. They're singing 500 miles.
This is the
they will.
I did hear that,
and they will not stop singing.
Here is
because they drank Fenway Park dry.
Drank it dry. Here's the thing. They should be marketing the fans and not the game. They focus too heavily on the game. And the game is a beautiful game. And don't get me wrong, everybody can appreciate, not everybody, but a lot of people can appreciate it even though it's in other countries.
Yeah.
It's massive everywhere else in the world. They love that game. They grew up playing that game. Every single person you know in every other country spent their entire life playing the game.
Right.
Not the case in America.
No.
But in America, do you know what we love and we have in abundance? Weird people.
Fun.
And we like weird fun people.
Weird fun people, you bet.
So we have a bunch of weird fun people. Like there's a bunch of Belgians who did a big march. They should have highlighted the crazy Belgians. And they should have highlighted the crazy. Who did Belgium play?
Egypt.
They should have highlighted the crazy Egyptians and made it fun.
Yeah. Well, to your point, I mean, you can only fit 66,000 in a stadium, and those are the swells who can afford $1,000 a seat.
Yeah.
But they're counting on all these people coming to town. You're right. This has totally been mismarketed. We should have been just pitch the party.
Yes. Make it a big fun party. Do you have the Tartan Army? Do you have some audio?
Pitch the party on the pitch. Boom. Let's go.
All right. This is from NBC 10 Boston. Let's hear some of the Tartan Army here.
Scottish fans are even taking over the bars near Fenway, singing chants like the flower of Scotland.
See, this is fun.
The Tartan Army taking a victory lap
Boston
through the
dry.
This is tough to do.
Boston.
Also, they're taking a shot at the Irish. I think that's what they're doing. I think it's because they love soccer and they want to embarrass the Irish.
That's just their moment to shine.
Isn't that an Irish city? Isn't that what
Boston's
Boston's
an
known
Irish
for?
town. You bet it is. You
got the Scots coming in, drinking all your liquor.
They did their basketball team, the Celtics.
It's like, what's his face? Sucking up your milkshake, I drink your milkshake. That's what the Scots have done. I'm going to play you this Frenchman. Here's a Frenchman who's describing seeing Buc-ee's for the first time. This should be fun.
I saw the end of the world in the US, and it's called Buc-ee's. They say it's a gas station, but that's a lie. A gas station has a sad sandwich and a coffee machine that never works. This place has 120 pumps. 120. Why? Are you refueling the US Air Force? Are you preparing for an alien invasion? That's terrifying. And the mascot is a beaver in a baseball cap. I saw grown men taking photos with a statue of a rodent in France.
With a statue of a rodent.
Oh, you have 120 pumps. What, are you refueling the Air Force? Are you expecting a foreign invasion?
I love it. It's not just a rodent, it's a rodent.
We have revolution.
You know who reminds me of? Hank Azaria in Along Came Polly.
Oh, yeah.
Ruben. You are for scuba? Ruben?
In the US, you bow down to a squirrel on steroids. And inside, the aggression. A man with a knife screaming, fresh brisket on the board. Sir, calm down. I just want sparkling water. Don't kill me. But
he just wants his water, it looks like.
Yeah.
Buc-ee's water.
A Buc-ee's water. You want a Buc-ee's water in a commemorative bottle with a beaver right on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, we have. Let's move on to some other stuff here that's kind of fun.
Let's tell how we're getting it wrong in Seattle. Did you see the story of the guitar shop? Down in the Stadium District,
the porta potty shop.
Yeah, the great and
he doesn't want to be known as a porta potty shop.
So
but that's what he's become known as.
Emerald City Guitars Emerald City Guitars in Pioneer Square.
Trevor
local
Boone.
business, hoping to pick up a little extra business from the massive crowd coming in for World Cup 2026 in Seattle as a host city.
Yeah.
We spent $37 million as a city, $120 million as a state. The people are coming in. Maybe Emerald City Guitars, a little bit of business, a little bit of juice, right? No, the organizers dropped 13 porta potties across the front of his store.
Right outside his business.
Right outside his business.
And as Jason Rance or somebody at Seattle Red points out on the article where you can go read this.
Rance's piece, yeah.
There is a not vacant, but there is a empty building directly across the street. No businesses operating.
No businesses, and plenty of unused sidewalk.
Unused. They easily could have just put it there.
Right across the street.
So this is Trevor Boone. He owns the guitar shop, talking to the Jason Rance Show about this.
We got down to our store, and there were 13 porta potties in front of our front door in a line, which was such a slap in the face. I mean, across the street directly from us is a vacant building that's been vacant for 8-9 years with way more sidewalk. So it was just kind of like the thoughtlessness.
I mean, how is it possible?
It's not even thoughtlessness. It seems premeditated.
Well, he claims that they just are unaware of that area, that they just don't get down there, and there's it's kind
contractor?
of it's kind of a forgotten part of the city, and or nobody from the city went down and investigated where they were going to stick these porta potties, and they ended up right in front of his business. So what would you do if somebody sticks a bunch of stinky toilets right in front of your business? And these are not like the fancy, expensive ones.
Oh no, this isn't a $450,000 toilet with a lock on the door. These are buckets.
So he did what anybody would do, any self-respecting business owner would do. Wants to make sure that people
tip them over.
Well, he did something else. That would have been interesting. Yeah. But that would have flowed downhill towards his business.
Follow the blue water to Emerald City Guitar.
Yeah. Here's what he did.
We actually rounded up the troops and moved these ourselves, which was an easy solution. We wish somebody would have done before the streets were filled with people, and we missed a lot of opportunity. But yeah, just a slap in the face, man. It was irritating.
And he says the city really hasn't had much contact with them about it. He definitely would have liked a warning ahead of time, so he could have said, hey, why not across the street where there's literally nothing happening?
Not at all. We had no idea. We didn't actually get a lot of we didn't hear much from the city whatsoever. Again, we reached out to Lisa and her team, who have always been amazing, and they're like the lifeline of Pioneer Square. And they've kind of, I think, been up against the same battle, but have really tried. You know, they know how important we are, and we're respecting the neighborhood, and as much as we could get. But there are a lot of surprises down here today, and I'm just looking around. I did a little walk around kind of the neighborhoods, and it's, you know, the places that got more respect are these kind of fake pop-up shops that they put to open up the vacant spots. You know, it's a little boggling.
Wouldn't that bug you if you're
a business owner, paying to the Seattle Downtown Business Community Association
for a long time,
and
you're also seeing every day, you know, it's nice right now because during the World Cup there are extra emphasis on making sure that there's not maybe the same messes on the street, maybe there's not some of the same problems that have plagued the city as of late. So that's a nice reprieve from that. And you're thinking, oh, it'll be nice. We're going to have an opportunity to get people in. We'll put our best foot forward and maybe build a long-time customer base. And then you come to your business the next day and you got 13 porta potties in front of your business.
13 cans. Right.
Good for him for moving them, though.
I'm impressed.
Isn't that cool?
It's civic taking action.
Just doing what you got to do.
Doing what you got to do. But you know what? I said this earlier today because there's another piece that we cited that Jason wrote over. It's over at my Seattle Red. It's credit to the Seattle Red staff. About the road closures and the announcement of road closures. And we knew that the last mile.
This was funny, yeah.
Right? The last mile before the stadium in all directions was to be a pedestrian-only zone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they've talked about it for a long time.
They stopped parking in that part of the Pioneer Square area at 2 a.m. that day, no parking. But the road closures went up at 8 o'clock, and they notified the city ahead of time.
Yeah, but in months in advance, they said this is the plan.
But they notified the city before 8 o'clock in the morning that the roads were blocked off at 7:59.
7:59.
Literally 60 seconds before the police dragged barricades into the street.
And blocked it off.
Before anybody had a chance to, alter their route.
Move your car. So what, do you think that they just forgot to do it? And so they went ahead and hey, really quick, send out an alert on phones.
Maybe it was an oops moment. Maybe it was.
Maybe.
And maybe dropping 13 porta potties in front of a local business was just we didn't know the area moment.
Could have been.
But we got 5 more games.
Imagine.
Right?
Yeah, they didn't get it right.
5 more games to learn from our mistakes, put the porta potties across the street. Let them know the night before you're closing down the road.
Here's the alert Seattle message that they sent out. Imagine getting this at 7:59. There will be region-wide travel impacts today due to FIFA Men's World Cup. People are encouraged to take transit, walk, or bike if possible. Please plan accordingly. Expect delays and stay safe. And then the streets were closed down.
Yeah.
So if you were parked inside those areas, I would be interested to see what happens. Did you get a ticket? Did your car get towed? Did they give you a chance to get out? Did they then move the gates?
Did you have access to your car? Could you get your car at all?
I would assume, right? I would assume that they would let you get out of there.
I would hope.
Because there's supposed to be carless streets.
Yes, and the roads were blocked from 8 a.m., 7:59 when they announced it.
Also, I would think that would be a massive security risk if you have closed off streets and you have a car that's persistently there and not moving.
Just sitting there.
Yeah, I would think so.
Crazy.
All right, here's another one real fast we want to get to. Did you see the story about GeekWire had this piece, and it was basically saying we now have 5 years of data at looking at the Jumpstart tax, which is a unique thing in Seattle. They have a Jumpstart tax, essentially it's a tax on
employers,
businesses of certain sizes. Mostly it applies to tech companies.
Yeah, big employers,
and they're taxing payrolls.
Yep.
On the largest employers. This would include Amazon, other big tech companies. In fact, 70% of all of the revenue collected from this Jumpstart tax in Seattle comes from just tech. 10 companies.
There you go.
Most of them tech. So they now have 5 years of data. And there was a lot of predictions when this head tax went in, this payroll head tax, that this would scare business away. And now, as GeekWire is reporting, that has come to fruition.
And now the numbers are in, or out, as they say.
Did you see this? So here, they put this report out Monday. I believe Downtown Seattle Association put this out.
John Scholes, right?
Yep.
It's Scholes or Scholes? It's Scholes, right?
I think it's Scholes.
I think it's Scholes. John's a wonderful guest. We've had him on before. He's very well spoken.
I guarantee you he's been called Scholes before, and he probably won't. He would probably...
He's too nice a guy to say something.
Nice guy, yeah. So they said that as a result of this, Seattle has lost... Well, they say as a result of many factors, but one of the factors would be this. Seattle has lost 30,000 jobs since 2020. So the taxable value also of the office buildings as a result of fewer jobs has fallen by 48%.
I believe we lead the nation in corporate vacancies.
Correct.
Unbelievable. And
50% is a massive loss. When
John
you think about
Scholes said we tried to warn them 5 years ago.
Yeah, they said don't do this.
And they
Bad
didn't
idea.
take us seriously.
He says these were a set of taxes that may have provided some short-term gain to the city's coffers, but are inflicting long-term pain. We predicted that at the time, and we were sort of dismissed and ignored. This is exactly the result of bad policy, and it's really interesting because I saw somebody online make a comparison to how bad things are currently in Seattle with Great Recession era Detroit, which is a company town in Detroit. They make automobiles.
Oh, yeah.
And during the Great Recession, you remember back in the, 08, 09?
08, yeah.
nobody was buying cars.
Right.
And they ended up having to do a massive bailout of several of the largest automakers because they were in real bad shape and at risk of completely going under. So Detroit, as a result, when nobody's buying cars, and there's all these other contributing things which made it really tricky. Like, do you remember the cash for clunkers thing?
Sure, yeah.
All these different things. But
Minimum
whatever.
trade-in allowance for anything you could drag into the showroom.
Which then, you as a former used car salesman would know, killed the used car market, and then the parts, because legally you were not allowed to then sell any of those parts that were connected to those cars on the market to fix cars that were currently on the road, because they had been purchased by the government and had to be destroyed.
Yep.
Which is crazy. And it ended up being like, that's a whole separate topic.
Well, Detroit became a wasteland.
Detroit becomes a wasteland. So listen to these
numbers. You could
numbers.
buy houses for $1.
Yeah. Listen to these numbers. This is crazy. So the downtown office vacancy rate in Washington is, in downtown is, what did we say the number was a second ago? Oh, the value of the buildings was down 48%.
Right.
But the vacancy rate is almost 40%. And the value of the buildings, the taxable value of the buildings has dropped by 48%.
Sure, yeah.
So compared to Detroit saw its highest vacancy rate in 2011 after the Great Recession and all of those businesses were struggling, basically just the car industry.
We lay off the entire workforce of the city of Detroit.
Yes, their
and
vacancy
people
rate.
They leave town. They go where their work is.
Their highest vacancy rate was 26%. And Seattle now eclipses that. And then you have to ask yourself, what has happened in Seattle? That's the really big question, because we have not had a major industry that has gone under. We have not had anything other than policy-related issues.
Yeah, policy issues, taxation issues, driving companies out of town issues.
Isn't that wild when you look at that comparison? Like Detroit was a victim of.
It was a one industry town for the most part.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Seattle has been kind of like a little bit protected because we have all this beautiful tech industry.
Yeah, we do.
And we have all these other industries here. We got Boeing. We got your coffees, or we did until recently.
Yeah, Microsoft. We have medical research industry here. It's huge.
How is it possible that we could be way worse off than Detroit at the aftermath of the Great Recession? It's not a good long-term prospect for Seattle.
It's bad luck.
And I hope that they get these things under control pretty quick. All right, when we come back, Frank Lenzi, he's going to join us. We're going to give you some updates on that B-52 crash out of California. Stick around. We're going to be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
KIRO News Radio, winner of 7 regional Edward R. Murrow Awards. Breaking news coverage, best newscast, excellence in writing, investigative reporting, sports reporting, hard news. Capped with a prestigious prize for overall excellence. And we thank you, our audience across the Pacific Northwest. You are the reason we strive to be the Northwest's trusted news source. KIRO News Radio. 97.3 FM.
If you're over 62 and finding it hard to keep up with the rising cost of living, this may be your solution. I'm Steve Teitler, owner of Best Mortgage. Every week I talk with seniors who love their home and want to stay, but feel financial pressure every month. Property taxes keep going up. Insurance costs more. Everyday bills add up, and for some, they still have a mortgage payment. If you're wondering how long your savings need to last, a reverse mortgage may be worth a look. It could eliminate your mortgage payment, pay off debts, and give you breathing room every month. Now, I want to make it clear it's not right for everyone, but for the right person, it can be a very smart financial tool. When you call Best Mortgage, you'll speak directly with me. I'll explain your options and tell you honestly if it makes sense for you. If you want to stay in your home with less financial stress, call me, 425-649-6000. Best Mortgage. Honest advice you can trust. 425-649-6000.
Spring is the perfect time to make improvements that protect and add value to your home. Hi, Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. For decades, homeowners across the Pacific Northwest have trusted our team for roofing, siding, windows, and custom decking. This spring, save up to $3,000, or qualified homeowners can take advantage of 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest up to 24 months. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule your free estimate.
Always exhausted, loud snoring, keeping your partner awake? You could have sleep apnea and not even know it. South Seattle Smiles has a comfortable solution with no CPAP required. Most medical insurance accepted. Call 206-241-5533 today. SouthSeattleSmiles.com.
Tune in to The Money Professor with Chris Longworth.
Having some certainty about your plan is definitely going to give you all the advantages.
Chris has the heart of an educator.
If you really want to do this correctly, then you get to enjoy every day of retirement like it's a Saturday. And if you don't, it's a Monday for the rest of your life.
Tune in to The Money Professor with Chris Longworth, Saturdays at 8 a.m. right here on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
There is nothing so special as June in a Northwest garden. Hi, I'm Gina, a designer and sign painter here at Sky Nursery, and I have been a huge gardener since my now adult kids were shorter than my lavender. When I get home from work this time of year, the first thing I do is head straight out into the garden to see how everything is growing and enjoy the spring golden hour. I'm in love with this year's zinnias and lavender, and the rose I added this February is just about to bloom. So I've been spoiling it with a little extra organic fertilizer. And as any gardener does, I'm also trying everything I can to make space for just a few more flowers and veggies. If you still have room for new plants in your life, June is a great time to get them in the ground before the summer heat. Come into Sky and explore the colorful tapestry of trees and shrubs, summer veggies and herbs, fountains, containers, hanging baskets, and more. Sky Nursery, the gardener's garden store since 1953. Visit skynursery.com for free seasonal garden advice and summer events. Happy gardening!
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started backing up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears main drains every day.
For $83?
83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise, there's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Step inside and let the excitement take you places. This is Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the ultimate spot for action that reaches incredible heights, luxury that knows no bounds, and live entertainment that always thrills. It's all at one incredible destination. So when you look for the best, look nowhere else. Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the biggest and best in the Northwest. Muckleshoot.
Guys, it's Men's Health Month at Revive Seattle. Get a free comprehensive wellness panel. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, heart health, and more. Valued at $400. Offer ends June 30th. Call 206-529-1111 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
G. Scott here. Safeway wants you to know Sunbucks gives qualifying families $120 per child for summer groceries. Some families are signed up automatically. Others need to apply. Find out if you should apply at freesummermeals.org.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granello. The investigation into that deadly B-52 bomber crash at Edwards Air Force Base is now underway. 8 people were on board when the aircrafts crashed yesterday in California. Colonel James Hayes says the crew included 2 Boeing employees.
This was a mixed crew. This was a mixed crew of military, government civilians, and government contractors.
B-52 went down shortly after takeoff during a routine test mission. Not clear yet what went wrong. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay joins Jake and Spike next to discuss. President Trump is in France for the G7 summit, talking about that potential deal to end the Iran war.
Here's what it says. Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. That's what it says. It won't have one to buy, to develop. They will not have a nuclear weapon.
U.S. and Iran plan to sign the so-called Memorandum of Understanding on Friday in Geneva. Retired Lieutenant General Daniel Karbler is a former head of the U.S. Army Space and Missile Defense. He tells ABC News details are spotty.
what legal teeth does this have? You know, who is going to hold each party accountable? Who's got the responsibility to follow through on consequences with this memorandum of understanding should one side or the other not follow through on the understanding?
Now, the deal is said to include the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz, but do not expect gas prices to return to pre-war levels anytime soon. Gas buddies Patrick DeHaan tells Seattle's Morning News that may take 6 to 12 months.
You know, we've lost out on 1.5, probably closer to 1.7 billion barrels of oil over these last 115 days. And that doesn't solve itself overnight. It's kind of like filling an Olympic-sized swimming pool with a garden hose. And that's why it's going to take a long time.
AAA says the average price for a gallon of regular in the Seattle area is at $5.77, about $1.18 more than a year ago. SpaceX passes Amazon in market value. Elon Musk's rocket company has surged in value since its record-setting IPO last week. At its peak today, SpaceX was worth about $2.9 trillion compared to Amazon at about $2.6 trillion. SpaceX now the fifth most valuable company on the planet. Time now to check KIRO News Radio traffic with Nate Connors.
Hey, no surprises out there yet. Typical backups forming across the area in Renton, northbound 167, right at the 405 interchange. We do have a disabled vehicle on the left shoulder. Drivers are jamming up at the scene. We may see that left lane blocked once a tow arrives on scene. North 405 slows to the Renton S-curve, south 405 in Bellevue. You're already bumper to bumper from Southeast 8th through Cold Creek Parkway. Bellevue to Renton's got about a 5-minute delay. Here in Seattle, North 5, you're going to slow at the Michigan curve in the downtown. South 5 slows from about Northeast 50th to I-90. It's improved quite a bit in the last half hour. Over in Auburn, eastbound 18, we're heavy from Military Road to C Street. About 1.5 miles solid backup here. On the water, the Clinton Ferry Terminal has a 90-minute wait for drivers. And just hearing now of a new collision eastbound 90 inside the Mercer Lid, blocking the HOV lane. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
And now to your forecast. Much cooler than yesterday. Nice weather for the rest of this week with sunshine and highs in the mid to upper 70s. Right now, 75 and sunny in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. Joining us now is Frank Lenzi, who is the KIRO News Radio News Director. Welcome to the show, Frank.
Thanks for having me.
Frank, we were talking a little bit on the show earlier about the B-52 bomber that crashed down in California. What new details can you give us on that, and how soon will we know what actually happened?
It's going to be about 6 months, according to the Air Force, before they know what caused this B-52 to crash yesterday. This happened about 100 miles northeast of Los Angeles at Edwards Air Force Base, which is known for, this is where you test basically any kind of aircraft. One analyst put it, if it flies, it was probably tested at Edwards. It's got very long runways. They test military aircraft. Even space shuttles have been tested here. So what you have now is a big debris field right on the runway itself. So they're spending the day today collecting evidence from there. The base is open, but there's no flying going on right now at Edwards. So it's going to, again, take them about 6 months or so to figure this thing out.
That's an interesting part of this. I didn't really think about that because this is such a vital piece of the puzzle when it comes to how our military trains and develops new aircraft. Having to shut that down for any length of time, I imagine, is a massive deal, aside from just the horrible loss of life. There's 8 people who died on it.
Absolutely.
2 of them from Boeing, is that right?
2 of them from Boeing, 8 people total. It was a mix of military air personnel and civilian contractors, and what their specific role was is not clear, but typically the B-52 has 5 Air Force personnel on it. You've got your pilot, you've got your navigator, electronic warfare officer, and a total of 5 crews. So presumably there were 5 of those people were with the Air Force, and then the other 3 are civilians.
Reports I've seen is that they're testing a new radar system, and Edwards is where you test things. They got a new updated radar system that's going to be in the B-52s, which have been in service since World War II.
Yeah,
they've been in every war, every conflict,
from
Vietnam to Iran, and they constantly upgrade and improve equipment, and that's where you test them. Is it Edwards? And there's they won't know. They said for 6 months whether speculation is it was a catastrophic engine failure, could have been a new equipment testing failure, could have been loss of air control of the plane itself, but with it just total devastation. There's nothing left of this aircraft. I mean, they knew instantly that it was tragically would be no survivors, given how quickly this thing went in and was completely destroyed.
And Spike, I'm glad you mentioned the age of these aircraft. Again, date back to, I believe, the early 50s was the very first one. The newest one is from 1962.
The newest
one. Yeah. And people are, that kind of gives everybody a little bit of pause going, we're still flying 60, 70-year-old aircraft. Well, that has been explained as, well, look, that's the outside. That's the shell of the plane. That's the fuselage. But the inside is as modern as any aircraft that we have.
Constantly
in the
upgraded and improved and tested at Edwards.
You did mention that, so the first one was in 1952, and then you mentioned that these latest iterations are from the 1960s. I'm always fascinated by how super advanced flight advanced. So you look at the Wright brothers, whose first flight was what, 1903 or something like that, maybe 1907, somewhere around there. Maybe was 7 the Model T, and maybe 1903 was the Wright brothers. Anyway,
I'm old, but I'm not that old.
All right, so the Wright brothers have their first flight, which is like 120 feet at Kitty Hawk. The wingspan of a B-52 is 185 feet. And between 1903 or 1907 or whatever year it was, maybe 1905. Let's put it in the middle.
Split the difference,
Yeah. Between that time and the 1960s, when these are still being used
the Flying Fortress. That's what the B-52 is.
You look at the advancements are just mind-blowing. We go from no flight to space to the moon. So the advancements that they do, and it's because people are pushing the boundaries in this arena all the time. And I mean, have you ever seen the movie, oh my gosh.
Right Stuff?
Right Stuff. Scott Glenn.
Chuck Yeager broke the sound barrier at Edwards in
I was going to say, wasn't it here?
Exactly here. Yeah.
But the whole point of that movie was these are guys that are pushing the envelope, and these are guys who are putting their lives on the line. And we kind of take it for granted that this is just a totally safe thing. And statistically, it is the safest mode of travel because they have fine-tuned it so much, but it's still very dangerous.
Yeah, there have been many accidents over the years. With B-52s, the most recent was in 2008. I think it was six or eight crew members, 6 crew members. They were actually getting ready for a parade flyover, but they crashed over the Pacific Ocean off of Guam. And in 1982, B-52 crashed at Mather Air Force Base near Sacramento. 9 killed there. And the list goes on. Many of them in the 40s and 50s as well. But these are the best aviators, the best engineers that test these aircraft. And like you said, they put their lives on the line to make it safe for the rest of us.
You're trying to make sure a new piece of equipment works and that it was installed correctly. They don't know what led to this accident. They'll know, as you said, in 6 months. These are the guys who make sure stuff works before it's passed out to the regular military, to civilian air flight. The reason that you said, the reason it's the safest mode of transportation is because men like these put their lives on the line to test new equipment and constantly upgrade our fighting abilities and everything else in our lives.
We have a family friend who I won't say what aircraft he works on, but let's just say it is a very well-known military aircraft that everybody would recognize instantly in the world. Do you guys have a guess at what it is? I won't confirm or deny what it is.
It could be an A-10, could be an F-18, could be.
It is a
stealth
F-35
bomber.
It has very specific coloring, and it represents the United States. That's as much as I'll say.
Okay.
Anyway,
I get you. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
Right.
Anyway, it's fascinating. So he is a civilian who works in this. But he does these kinds of flights where you go and you're testing the new technologies, which again, the outside looks kind of the same.
Yeah.
But it is the stuff under the hood that make it the most advanced technology in the world. And I mean, I still can't get over the fact that the newest one of these is from the 1960s. I mean, think of all the advancements. There's not a single car on the road that you see today that has the technology from the 1960s, unless it's somebody driving around some old collector's, whatever.
Yeah, collector classic vehicles.
And you
classic mechanics.
rarely see them, but you see them flying in the sky all the time. They're like, they can make them run forever. Yeah. And it's all the new tech, and it's, it is fascinating.
And the thing about the B-52 is, at this point, the plan for the Air Force is to leave them in service until at least 2050. At least 2050.
That's a 100-year run.
100 years. And they're working on things now to upgrade them again. They just started a new upgrade testing program that costs tens of billions of dollars. It could push it out even beyond 2050, which is amazing. It kind of, I think, is a testament to how well built the airplane is itself. I'm sure all the stuff on the inside in 100 years, I would hope, is all completely different.
Yeah, I hope
there's no factory originals there.
Yes.
The seats.
But what do you guys think? In a very short time we have left, we got like a minute or change left. What is the next phase of air travel going to look like? I mean, the planes we're still flying on today pretty much look like the planes that we've been flying on for the last 60 years. So what's new air travel going to look like?
Well, it amazes me that these hulls, these fuselages, these structures are so solid and so sound, they don't feel the need to upgrade what it looks like to us. But to Frank's point, everything inside is as modern and technical and safe and efficient as humanly possible.
But it's not fast. It's not fast. Air travel is still, when you think about like air travel, it still takes forever to get somewhere.
We tried it for a while with the Concorde and the SST or whatever it was, and that just didn't work.
They tried it in an interesting way. That's a whole different topic, but like, I will be interested. Is that going to be something that we then advance? I mean,
I think we're flying B-52s till the transporter.
Till the 1950s.
Till the transporter shows up, and then we're there.
Yeah. Well, it's a fascinating topic, but stories like this are a reminder of the brave men and women who are out there, helping, making sure that we stay safe.
Yeah, these advancements aren't without cost.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, Frank, we really appreciate it, and we'll come back to you for any more details when you have them.
Please do.
All right, that's Frank Lenzi, and we have a lot more. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Hey, Spike O'Neill for Ageless Living. I've been telling you about my aunt's surgery, and she came home the next day and needed some extra attention that we weren't really equipped to give her. So we called Ageless Living and asked about respite care. That's short-term care at an Ageless Living facility. Whether it's 2 days or 2 weeks, whatever your family needs. You get 24/7 expert care, all the nice, beautiful living amenities and community of an Ageless Living center, and peace of mind for the family. If it's something your family could take advantage of, go to agelessliving.com/spike and schedule a visit to one of the locations today. That's agelessliving.com/spike.
To all lovers of pop culture, science fiction, comics, wrestling, anime, and movies, Washington State SummerCon is this weekend at the Washington State Fair and Events Center in Puyallup. Meet over 130 celebrity guests from Star Wars, Star Trek, Marvel, DC, Demon Slayer, One Piece, and 5 WWE Hall of Famers. Meet the Fonz, Henry Winkler, Jay and Silent Bob, Steve from Blue's Clues, all 5 Teen Titans, and even Deadpool's iconic pet, Dogpool. Visit wassummercon.com to purchase tickets.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Rain on game day doesn't faze Dave. He's already got his poncho. Just needs to do something about those wipers. So Dave heads to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner helps him get premium quiet wipers and some hand warmers.
You're all set.
Now, if only his team can handle the elements as well as his new wipers. Get wipers, glass cleaner, and more with no hassles, just help at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Hey, when was the last time you inspected your crawl space or your attic? What's the last time you went in there just to see what kind of shape they're in? Oh, never? Yeah, same. I don't want to go in there. Most homeowners completely avoid those areas, but it is important to check on them regularly. It's why you call Crawl Pros. They'll come out and go where you don't want to. Hey, it's Mike Salk here. And yes, when Crawl Pros came out to my place, they realized we had a little problem with our insulation. So they've set about fixing it, and they did a great job. But if you've got the same problem, they'll also look to see what what kind of energy rebates are available. Right now, local utility companies are incentivizing homeowners to make their home more energy efficient with proper insulation. And some homes qualify for several $1,000s in savings with these utility rebate programs. So don't just assume your crawl space and attic are in great condition. Do what I did. Call Crawl Pros today and schedule a free corner-to-corner inspection and find out if you've got water intrusion, mold, rodent issues, or even damaged insulation. Schedule your crawl space and attic inspection at crawlpros.com.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Hey, how is your money situation? Are you ready for retirement? Well, if you want to know what the pros are doing to make wealth multiply and retire like royalty, then you need to listen to this show, Sound Path Through Retirement, with Ben Koval and Matt Leibarger. Get your money right and tune in every weekend, Saturdays at 10 a.m. and noon on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Giving your liver a spring cleaning is easy with Active Liver. From New Nordic, search for Active Liver by New Nordic on Amazon, CVS, Wegmans, or GNC.
Every day, caregivers change lives. Caregiving offers flexibility and the chance to make a real difference in your community. It's not just caring work, it's hard work. The kind of work that calls for empathy, patience, problem solving, reliability, and both physical and mental strength. It may be the hardest job you'll ever love. Right now, Washington faces a caregiver shortage, and your skills and your heart are needed more than ever. Visit caregivercareerswa.com for resources and support to start or return to your caregiving career.
Sponsored by DSHS and aired by the WSAB and this station.
All right, welcome back to the show. I'm having just too much fun on the commercial breaks, watching all of these fans from all the different parts of the world. There's a video of the Norwegian fans. I believe the Norwegian game is just about to start in a little bit. The Norwegian fans sitting sitting on an escalator, rowing as if they're rowing a Viking longship up the escalator.
Riding the escalator. It's brilliant.
So funny.
Oh, my gosh. You're right.
Anyway.
You're right. They mispitched. If you'll pardon they should have just played to the party.
Yep.
Pitch the party, people. Come
Pitch
on.
the party. That's
this
what
town
they
will be.
should have done.
Which town will be full to the rafters.
Every town would be if you
Full.
just were selling it as like, hey, here's the. I mean, like how many? We got what? 4 teams that we're guaranteed to have in. We got 6 games. How many different teams we got here?
We have 12.
Whatever.
Nobody plays twice here, I don't think. Well, the last couple games will be who moves through.
We have multiple countries and their fans coming in.
Yeah.
We should have said, hey, here's what's really fun about the Egyptian team and blah, 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 blah. Instead of trying to sell the soccer of
Until
it.
you've seen Belgian soccer fans, you ain't
They
seen
should
a
have
party.
played Walk Like an Egyptian because they call themselves the Pharaohs, all that fun stuff. All right, well, we fixed a lot of problems. There's one of them.
I love it. I love it. Let's do some text messages. Let's start off with this one about Jimmy Stewart. Steve from Enumclaw writes, fun fact, Jimmy Stewart was a real-life bomber pilot. He flew combat in World War II. He stayed on with the reserves and retired as a general.
It's true.
This came up during our conversation about the tragic crash down in California.
Yeah.
You had mentioned, what was the movie you mentioned?
It was called Strategic Air Command.
Okay, with Jimmy Stewart as a pilot. Jimmy Stewart, of course, I knew that he was a World War II bomber pilot. Did you know that? You know this, of course, because you're a film buff. When filming It's a Wonderful Life, Jimmy Stewart was going through undiagnosed PTSD. And the scenes in It's a Wonderful Life where he was collapsing after the money had gone missing, Capra said he was genuinely worried about Jimmy Stewart because those reactions weren't acting. That was Jimmy Stewart going through.
I mean, there is a feverish realism to everything he's doing in that movie.
Yes.
And it's hectic and it's frenzied and you watch it, You watch it from a modern perspective, you're like, how did this guy access that stuff? Like, because movies, they were not making movies like that back then.
No.
Which is why the movie has stood the test of time. It's something else, and it's like kind of special.
Yeah.
Because, like you say, he was
reliving,
portraying stuff that they were. I want to play this real fast.
Sure.
This is some of the music from Strategic Air Command.
Bombers high, riding the air.
Isn't that fun? I believe this is over the credits as you're getting into the movie. It's one of those movies that not a lot of people have seen.
I've never heard of it. I can't wait.
Yeah, if you like Jimmy Stewart, you're going to love the movie. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's very good. A lot of fun.
On protest zones, Doug and Mount Vernon says, if protesters aren't using the zones, they will have a red card thrown by the police. That's great. Pull red cards on people. Oh, that's great.
On World Cup fans, Bobby in Tacoma says his English teacher is better than my Japanese. He has an okay grasp on it. That's funny.
That's great.
On the Great American State Fair, Doug in Mount Vernon says budget shortfall. Try canceling one of the fancy Pioneer Square area toilets would free up enough money. Thanks,
oh
Doug.
my God, I hadn't even thought that. Doug, I love you.
Smart, Doug. That's
Get rid
right.
of two.
Doug is my dude, by
Get
the
rid of
way.
4 toilets, and we're at the Great American World State Fair.
There you go. Absolutely. Aaron and Auburn, hey guys, let's start our own Washington representation of Washington. I can smoke some salmon and beef jerky. Spike, you bring your oil, and Jake, bring your apples.
Let's do it. Man.
Bring your oil. What oil?
Well, we're going to deep fry, remember?
Oh, we're going to deep fry.
Deep fry your own goodies right there in the wall.
Okay, so
on the
here
mall.
actually is a question that we'll get to the bottom of this week, and I'd like to find this answer out. If Bob Ferguson and who was it, Denny Heck?
Denny Heck.
If the representation of the Washington celebration of the semi-quincentennial, if they're saying that they cannot afford to send somebody to D.C., if we came up with the money,
start a GoFundMe.
Could we do our own thing? Could we show up? I mean, if there's an absence of leadership, could we step in and do that thing?
Okay.
Or is that only an official, has to be done by what? I don't know the answer to that. We'll get to the bottom of it.
Yes, we will. On Comedy Classics, 253 says Married with Children holds up. Wife jokes are timeless. Peg Bundy is one of the great characters of all time.
I love that.
She is great.
Rachel writes, I love Tires. Another season is coming out soon on Netflix.
Tires is one of those shows that is so funny. I find myself crying sometimes. I mean, it's so inappropriate at times.
That's Shane, right?
Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
I've tried to watch it with my wife, and she's just had zero interest.
No.
Well, a lot for her is like, it goes back to the pretty people thing that I was telling you about.
Yeah.
There's nobody really good looking on the show.
Right.
So she's not interested.
Right. Yeah.
But also the humor is very immature and hilarious. So
America, baby.
She doesn't have a lot of interest in that. Jerry in the 206, Smothers Brothers, Sonny and Cher couldn't be made today. Why lack of courage and programming?
Lack of courage?
Yeah, interesting.
Somebody wrote, Brent and Puyallup, try making Blazing Saddles today. You ever heard the joke? The TV edit of Blazing Saddles is on tonight from 7 o'clock to 7:03.
That's great.
Before you even finished that joke, I knew where that was going. That's great.
Let's see, where did we leave off at? Rhiannon and Greenlight. I think the best show that is wildly inappropriate is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That show has been running for like 15 years and has somehow withstood all of the new societal norms for comedy.
Always Sunny is great.
South Park is another example of this.
Yes.
You can make completely irreverent, very inappropriate shows, but if you're doing it for humor, then I think there is a place for that, and I hope that we never lose that. We're almost out of time, so we got to go. But let me tell you what, John Curley is coming up next. He's going to be a lot of fun. You're not going to want to miss a second of that. We will be back tomorrow. If you like the show today, it's going to be even better tomorrow. I promise.
We always seem to nail Wednesdays, don't we?
Wednesdays
we really do.
Like
Just
hump
get it
days
right.
are very good days for us. So come back. We'll see you back there for that one. John Curley coming up next. Bye-bye.
KIRO Newsradio, winner of 7 regional Edward R. Murrow Awards. Breaking news coverage, best newscast, excellence in writing, investigative reporting, sports reporting, hard news. Capped with a prestigious prize for overall excellence. And we thank you, our audience across the Pacific Northwest. You are the reason we strive to be the Northwest's trusted news source. KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM.
Drivers who switch to Progressive could save hundreds just by bundling home and auto insurance, because you can't go wrong saving money. Unless you spend it on a guitar, never learn to play it, but lie and say that you did. Then someone hands you a guitar at a party and asks you to play, so you decide to improvise this.
Well, don't you know that but that's not it. Dreams are fun and also good.
Yep, you can't go wrong. Bundling and saving money with Progressive. Well, depends on how you spend it. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And right now, new mattresses start at $1,500 during our 4th of July sale. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 22nd, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add one line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Always exhausted, loud snoring, keeping your partner awake? You could have sleep apnea and not even know it. South Seattle Smiles has a comfortable solution with no CPAP required. Most medical insurance accepted. Call 206-241-5533 today. SouthSeattleSmiles.com.
RV buyers save thousands at the 10th Annual Summer RV Blowout Sale, June 18th through the 28th at the Evergreen State Fairgrounds. Top manufacturers with every floor plan imaginable, exclusive dealer rebates, huge discounts on new and used models, factory reps on site, enjoy free lunch, plus a year's worth of free camping. The 10th Annual Summer RV Blowout Sale.